Hello, everybody! We're live! Woo! Hello, and the guys are undeafened as well. Here we are. It's Tale of Many Warhipsters, chapter fucking 12.
How has this happened?
It's been over a year. We technically started this, I think, 16 months ago.
Oh, wow.
But basically I'm treating season 1 of Tale of Many Warhipsters like season 11 of The Walking Dead, in that it was very successful in the early days, and then we took the artistic license to break up the final part of the season into 3 mid-season breaks, because we've all had so much to do. And unfortunately, at times, it's not been easy to get us all in the same room. But we are here with the finale. It's been technically a year, but a little bit longer than a year. Hello, everybody. We've got a bunch of people exploding in the chat. Chewy is here. Mr. Gwatkin is here. Chunky Memes is here.
Yeah, probably helps I got the chat
going. Yeah, I was going to say,
Uh,
I'm not just a giant head.
Mr. Dambuster UK is here. Scarbrand is here. Drybrush Threepwood, your friend and mine, Mike, is here. Dave is here. A to the 40k Homeboy is here. And Kurt is here as well. Kurt Mifsud Bonici. Hello, everybody. I'm sure we should be joined by more of the many Warhipsters, because we're just going to chat for a few minutes before we jump into it, because we've got a lot of stuff to get through. But, this episode is obviously going to be a little bit different. Because at the end, we're not going to have a scheduled next episode. Instead, it will be the next season, which we will talk about at the end. And we're also not going to do favourites. Because, no, we're not going to do favourites. I mean, you can still have a favourite if you want one. But I'm not going to be like, hey, guys, who was your favourite? Because, people have shared their entire stuff over the last year or so. So it's just it feels a bit weird to be like, all right, so who won over the entire year? If it's on productivity, I know who did. But, and of course, Adam and Rich are here. They're in the chat. But,
of course we're in the chat.
You're Maltese, Kurt.
I got called a simp.
Kurt, if you're Maltese, you'll be interested to know that that's where my family hails from. You and I have a common heritage.
Is it going to turn out that Kurt's like your like fifth cousin twice removed or something? Like you're going to turn out to be like related? He
may well be. I was born and raised here to English parents, but I am serious, Kurt. Kelly says hi from Austria.
Yeah, hello.
But she's not Austrian.
No, she's currently in Austria with her sister and sister's husband. She's staying with them. So hello to the Vienna crew, to Jackie and Agostino as well. We've gone international. We're crossing borders.
That's what we do in the Tale of Many Warhipsters. It's an international organisation.
Would you even call yourself Mr. Worldwide in many ways?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'll have a chat with my family members and Kurt to see if we can get a B unit to do some filming in Malta on location. Yes, no, Kurt. I said my family do hail from there, from the Kalashorne clan, and various others. Yes, it's an interesting fact you may not have known about Warhipster. You probably did. But yes, we are here. We are finally here. The Chapter 12 finale. That is what we are going to be doing tonight. We have got some amazing stuff that has been sent through, as per always. We've got a lot of stuff that's been sent through because, we're at the end of the project. We are going to be doing Season 2 for those of you who are wondering if that's going to be happening, but we'll talk about that later. We'll I want to get your guys' involvement, both you, Adam and Rich, and also you guys, the audience, because, I think reading all of the emails that I've received for this particular episode, a lot of people are very appreciative, and I've been very appreciative as well, because when I looked back through all the stuff that I'd done for this, I wouldn't have the enormous demons army that I have now. I would not have committed to getting it done. it just wouldn't have happened. So I'm very appreciative of everybody's involvement, and I'm very especially appreciative of Adam and Rich, who've given up their time on several evenings, on a minimum of 10 evenings each, because Adam's missed one or two, and Rich has missed one or two, and of course Mr. Boob, if he joins us, if he gets here eventually, he joined us for one, but then he missed 11 of them.
Yeah, how dare he? What a lazy guy.
No effort at all.
Where's the commitment?
Oh, Jackie said hi to me only, not Adam.
Yeah, not to me.
Hi, Jackie. Hope you're well. Right, so we have hit 10 likes on the stream. Thank you for pointing that out, Chunky Memes. If you do leave a like on the stream, it lets us know that you're enjoying the Tale of Many Warhipsters. Maybe you can drop a like as your favourite ones come up, because we're going to be revealing some amazing hobby.
Oh, yeah.
Are you two ready to dive in?
I'm ready to go. Absolutely.
Let's do this.
Absolutely.
Are you guys at home ready to dive in to the finale of the Tale of Many Warhipsters?
Yes, we are.
I was going to say, like, how are you gonna?
I was hoping people dropping things in the chat. Kelly said Kelly has dropped a 449 in the chat, so she's clearly ready. Thank you very much, Kelly. It's very, very kind of you.
Watkins says his body's ready.
Contestants, are you ready? All right, it's gladiators now. All right.
Paintbrushes, ready.
Okay.
Chat, ready.
So for the final time in season 1, it is the Tale of Many Warhipsters, chapter 12, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So, seamless transition to me. Hooray.
Next hour is just your models.
I've been very reserved, I think, with the stuff that I've put in. I would like to say. What I've got here is my first. But I'll just run you through very quickly what I've done over the last 18 months. As previously mentioned, we did the Demon's Army, and for the Tale of Many Warhipsters, I have painted a Bloodthirster, a Keeper of Secrets, a Lord of Change, Be'lakor, a Great Unclean One who you can't see yet. I've painted Skulltaker, 9 Screamers of Tzeentch, 10 Plague Bearers, 30 Demonettes, 30 Bloodletters, 20 Pink Horrors, an Infernal Enrapturous, a Contorted Epitome, Karanak, 5 Flesh Hounds. There's more. There's a Sloppity Bile Piper. And there is a change caster as well. And 9 Fiends of Slaanesh. So yeah, 18 units all in all over the past year and a bit. And I thought I'd get me out of the way very quickly by firstly showing off all of the wonderful demons that we have here. Any final thoughts on my Demon's Army? Rich, I know you're dying to say 5 out of 10, 2 out of 10.
Push it to 7.
Yeah, 10 out of 10, Josh. 10 out of 10. There you go.
You've earned it. They look amazing, and we've been lucky enough to see them in person as well at events we've been to, which is pretty cool to actually like. Especially, obviously, there you're doing the family photo with them all individually, and they look fantastic. But when they're assembled on the board, like also as someone who's had that bloody bloodthirster coming at me, it's very beautiful, but it's very scary.
I aim to terrify all of my opponents. I've got even more to go. I've obviously got Scarbrand, courtesy of Adam, but I think for season 2 I might start working on some mortals to accompany each of these gods, and also to actually build out the Nurgle demons as well. Because I've let the Plague Father down somewhat here.
Oh no.
But I'll show you the second page. Like I said, we're going to go through me very quickly, because there's the second page.
That Infernal Enrapturous you did is like gross in all the right ways. Like you really pulled out the and that's not meant to be like some kind of harp joke. Although apparently technically what she's playing is actually a lyre, not a harp.
Yeah.
So I'm led to understand. But yeah, the goo, the blood, the viscera, I guess, on the strings that are coming out of that poor gentleman's back is very, very well done. Again, having seen it in person, so
Thank you. I was really pleased with it.
Yeah.
And let me know, guys, if I know. I'm just gonna quickly say to those in the chat waiting for it, there will be a tutorial on how to paint Tzeentch flamers. However, I tried to order some. I ordered them 3 weeks ago. They still have not turned up.
there's just none of them. I think they're just sold out everywhere, right?
Aren't they like the best unit in the game at the moment?
Yeah, they are.
They're a bit much. Yeah, they're very good.
Now, I desperately want to do that video because it's the most requested video at the moment is how to paint Tzeentch flamers, and I promise you it is going to happen. It just hasn't yet, because I literally can't get hold of them for love nor money.
I may have a solution for you there, but we'll talk after the show.
Hit Bash him out something from AOS.
Well, I was
No,
this
probably both
close.
the same.
They are exactly the same, and I was this close to ordering a Disciples of Tzeentch Vanguard box just to get them. But then I would have an extra spare sort of 20 acolytes that I desperately don't need. Yeah. But there we go. That's me out of the way. Thank you very much. Everyone's being very kind in the chat. Nazim asks, how many points of demons did you paint? It was pre the codex. It was about 3,500, 3,000, something like that. Now it's like 4,500 because of the points rises. It's been significant point rises, and there is more to do.
Yeah.
Like the Mighty Skull Crushers as well. They're another one that's on the way. But yeah, so what we'll do is we'll move on to Rich.
Hey.
Who
I've
has
just been frantically looking for my Instagram to figure out what I've actually painted over the last 12 months. Because I only sent a snippet like yourself of what we've done. But yeah, we can have a look.
So the first thing that we have from Rich is a Farsight Enclaves, a set of large Farsight Enclaves pictures, including the fastest ever painted devilfish.
Yes, that took a podcast to do.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And I'm actually quite happy how it turned out. It looks quite.
It looks great, mate. Like
it's very
that
Farsighty.
The red that you've nailed that like burgundy, or I guess it's not quite burgundy, but it's like in between a dark red and a proper dark burgundy. You've absolutely nailed it, mate. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, I've got a whole arm with it now. Blood Angel's red with Fire Slayer flesh over it.
Love it.
Who gave you that idea?
I don't know.
Juan Hidalgo.
Juan Hidalgo. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Josh, what you need to do is paint my Farsight, and that could be the tutorial for it.
I have Farsight in the cupboard.
Oh, okay.
I will get
Paint
him,
it then.
I will get him built up and I'll get him painted for you. Maybe that'll be your Christmas present.
Oh, that'd be great, actually.
Yeah?
One of my models actually look nice.
This is where I'll do it and I'll completely change the recipe.
Yeah, it'll be a blue one.
Here is your yellow Farsight Enclave, Commander Farsight. Yeah, no, I completely echo what Adam was saying. I think you've done a really lovely job on it, and like that devilfish looks fantastic. Given as you did it in 2 hours, it's really, really, really good. You do have another slide. I haven't just left those family photos out for you, so there you go.
There you go.
As a
There's 9 crisis battle suits because I'm a sweaty whore.
You definitely get additional points for the leopard print tray.
Yeah, so that's my dinner mat because I couldn't figure out what to put them on, and then the actual tray that they're on the right is a cat tray thing. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
No, so it's like a lap tray for your laptop with like a soft bottom, but it's got loads of cats on it because when I left a job, they thought it was hilarious. But yeah, that's like 2,000 points of Farsight that I've painted. So
just missing those drones, eh?
Yeah, I'm just missing 15 drones and a squad of breachers, which the breachers are basically done. I just need to shade them, and the drones I just need to get the will to do it because it's painful.
Loads of little drones. Yeah.
I might just even I might get to a point where I just don't have any drones in the army because I just don't like them that much. But we'll see.
Well, now that you can't just hide everything behind savior protocols either, it's like, what's the point, right?
Yeah. do I even need marker lights if I'm just going to charge everything? I think I'm playing Tower wrong. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with how they came out. The crisis suits were my first real attempt of properly magnetizing something and not being lazy, and I'm quite happy how it came out. Turns out just drilling a hole and putting the magnet in it is really easy.
Yep, 90% of it.
Yeah, and it's like just getting over the fact that you're drilling into your model. It's not actually, once you kind of get over that fact, it's fine. On the previous slide, I'm really happy with my tower commander who's punching the ground because I made him do a superhero landing. But yeah, that's 2,000 points of Farsight. In terms of other things I didn't send pictures of this, but I did figure out I pretty much painted 2,000 points of Grey Knights as well.
Mm-hmm.
And 2,000 points of 1,500 points of Ultramarines. And then like probably about 1,000 points of Guard.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize I was actually quite productive. I didn't realize until I looked earlier.
I think that's what's
and a dragon.
And you did a
dragon.
We've got that coming up shortly. This is what's interesting about this episode. Is I think a lot of people, despite having taken photos of all of it, suddenly realizing just exactly how much they've done. Because I didn't realize. It sounds so stupid, but like I was thinking about it, and I counted up how many models I've done for the demons, and in troops alone, it's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 100 models. That's just in troops.
Yeah, that's insane.
And in all the kind of elites and things, we've got 9, 18, 20 it's about 140, 150 models for a personal army of mine. Because I love painting all day, every day. It's my favorite thing in the world. And a lot of that time is spent doing stuff that isn't for my projects. There's a lot of kind of commission work, but there's also like all the videos and stuff. And like when it's like an individual model for an army that I don't currently have, something like Marathi, for example, which is something that I painted during this last year, it goes, right, that's cool, I've done Marathi. That's not part of any of my armies, though.
Yeah.
And I go, the thing I struggle with sometimes is I go, when am I ever going to get the time to do my stuff? And then I went and counted up all of these demons and went, oh yeah, shit, I've done a lot.
Loads of demons, yeah.
Yeah, I find like for me, I need a motivation to paint. So the Farsight, I've been listening to the book, so it kind of spurred me on to keep painting. Or like a tournament that we're going to together spurs me on to get these done for that. When in the summer, I wasn't really doing any Warhammer, so I kind of struggled with painting because I wasn't listening to books or I wasn't going to tournaments. I was playing cricket, so my productivity dropped.
Yeah. No, you've been hella productive. We've got your highlights of the year.
Oh, look at that!
Yes, that's my favorite model, I think.
Yeah, Krondis.
Yeah. Which I use a tutorial for a different dragon from you, and then put it onto another model. Which just shows how good your tutorials are, Josh. So.
Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind, my friend.
He looks awesome, man. It's absolutely awesome.
Might actually get to play with it one day.
Yeah.
And see what it does.
Stormcast army.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I have another one I need to do as well, which I just need to figure out what colour I want to do it.
Presumably Karazai?
Yeah. I'll do it Karazai. So, this one I got as a Christmas gift, and it had it was damaged, had a hole in it. So I had to green stuff the hole in the chest, which you won't notice because my green stuffing was clearly amazing. And then I got another dragon for free. So happy days.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it had it was that little gap, wasn't it, in the left shoulder?
It's a known issue. Yeah, it has a gap in its
really?
boob.
Oh.
Yeah. I was very lucky when mine turned up because they didn't have the gap, and a lot of people did. But Games Workshop were they replaced them, didn't they, for free?
Yeah, 100. Yeah, and then they told me, and the person who did it said you should green stuff the chest, and I was like, all right. Yeah. the customer service person, all right, cool.
Yeah. Some say that they have great customer service.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that was 10 out of 10 for them.
Others say other things. You've got some more highlights that you sent me through. So we have a Treebeard, we have Sharp, and we have Morven Val.
Yeah, so I'll go from my right to left because I'm weird. So Morven Val was a birthday present from Adam. and it was a joy to paint following your tutorial, Josh. So it was like a freeway little thing we had going on there.
Yeah.
And I'm quite happy how that came out, actually. That's when I realized I could paint doing that model. And then Sharp, is Sharp, right? So nothing more to be said. And then Treebid, that model was just amazing to paint. I think it's one of the coolest models that GW does. It's just awesome.
Yeah, you've done.
And you've got to have a bit of fun with the base, with leaves and flowers.
Yeah, it looks really, really, really good.
Yeah, you did an amazing job. Amazing job on it, my man. Go on.
I was gonna say, I love Sharp as well. I just love the theme of that whole army. Like, it's just fantastic as a theme to go for, and the fact you've really stuck with it.
I need to. That's the one I'm gonna do after I've done my fast site. I'm gonna get back on the guard, and then when the codex comes out, I'm gonna just have loads of flags and red coats everywhere and tanks and big gun shooting stuff. It's gonna be fun.
This is when Rich now dominates the meta for the next 6 months.
Sharp.
Yeah. Some might say you're holding the meta hostage at the sharp end of the tape measure.
Top banter.
Vicious Goose asked how you liking painting Archaon. Sorry, no pressure. I haven't started painting him yet, Vicious Goose, but the plan is to start him next Monday.
The no pressure bit really helped with the whole you haven't started yet.
The plan is to start it next Monday. I've got quite a lot I need to get done this week, which you will see all about very soon. Thank you very much, Rich, for your participation.
Thank you for letting me take part in this adventure we've been on together.
Are you down for season 2?
I kind of feel like I am being held hostage at this point, so yes.
You could say no. You could say
no. Of course,
we've joined the cult, mate. We're part of it now.
You made us sign something in blood, so
I've got a collection of lima beans that look vaguely like Josh, the leader.
That is how I that's how I make my friends. Is I make them sign legally binding contracts to be my friends.
Everyone watching, you see Josh and he's like, wearing a t-shirt. Now he actually spends most of his time with that beard and that long hair loose and just walking around in a robe on a compound far in the countryside.
Yeah. My plan was, and this is one of those sort of sneak preview things. My plan was hopefully to do a little adjacent thing to season 2, sort of as a third of the way through. I guess it would be, 'cause it would be another it would be January to December is my plan for season 2. But in April / beginning of May, there is Warhammer Fest. And I'm hoping a lot of people here will either be there or sort of around.
When does the tickets go live for that?
They go live on
November
the
11th.
11th of November, yeah. So make sure you guys are all primed to get your Warhammer Fest tickets. But I was hoping that we could maybe do a little kind of adjacent Tale of Many Warhipsters season 2 type thing around Warhammer Fest. We meet a bunch of you because I'd love to do that. We've been talking for over a year.
Yes, yeah.
So I'd love to meet a bunch of you. 8 of the 40k homeboy says yes, Warhammer Fest. So yeah, hopefully we'll be bumping into each other then. But yes, thank you.
Laser tag.
It has got laser tag. This is what I mean. I want the laser tag of many Warhipsters to happen.
It's in Manchester, and it has the benefit. And Josh and I were talking about this. If people who don't know Manchester very well or haven't been to Warhammer Fest before, Warhammer Fest used to happen at the Ricoh Arena. Was it, Josh?
Yeah,
which
Coventry.
Is Coventry, but it's outside of Coventry, so it's it's a rugby stadium on the outskirts of Coventry. So you have to go to Coventry, get a train, go to it, whatever. Right? This thing is in a humongous venue, and I lived in Manchester for 5 years, so I love the place. I think Manchester's a fantastic city. If you've never been and you're interested in Warhammer, it's a really good excuse just to go to Manchester as well. It's in a venue that is right in the centre of town, and it is huge. It's an old station. It's like a station they converted into an event centre. So if you just imagine the entire hall of a station that would have been filled with platforms, it's that, but that's just a big event space. And apparently it's in that central hall.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's really, really, really good. It's not even if you come just for the day, it's not even far from the main station in Manchester. It's a maybe 10-15 minute walk to the station.
Yeah.
It's really easy to get to. I'm doing Games Workshop's like advertising for them. I'm just really enthusiastic about it. And Kelly, if you're watching, if you fancy a trip to Manchester, I'll be going. So
we'll do the Tale of Many Warhammer Hipster Fest 2023.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. Right, thank you, Rich. We're going to move on to Adam, who only painted one model in the entire year, and it was this ghost.
Yes. Yes. This. I was going to say, I should preface this by saying, so this is new, and this is the Kruleboyz Cruciator, and this was because, if you remember, in the last Tale of Many Warhipsters, I said to people, it'd be really cool to see something spooky, as it is, October, and we are rapidly heading towards Halloween. So I don't have any Nighthaunt, but I painted this Kruleboyz Cruciator in an attempt to produce something spooky, and this is also, and I don't know if she's away, isn't she? She won't be watching, but this is also actually a present for Josh's other half, Alice, because she collects Nighthaunt. I don't, and I thought it'd be a nice spoopy addition to her army. So it has her basing scheme on it as well. So yes, it's Kruleboyz Cruciator. It was really good fun to paint. Lots of blending to get that kind of ghosty effect on it. I mean, they are its robes, but I guess they're also technically its body. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of blending on that.
It looks really cool.
He looks like he's doing mixology with the skull. Like, like when you go to a really fancy cocktail bar and they like shake up the cocktail and then they pour it like from a distance. He looks like he's doing that with the like stuff in the skull. Like he's like, "Ooh, yes, I'm mixing something for you." So yes, he is Kruleboyz Cruciator, the haunted mixologist.
The added benefit of drinking or being a mixologist as a Nighthaunt is that all of your drinks will come pre-chilled.
Hey!
Because of the touch of death.
Nice.
That's what you're here for. I think you did a really good job on it because it's a bit outside of your wheelhouse. Like painting Nighthaunt is outside of a lot of people's wheelhouse because they are just the way that they painted Games Workshop painted them on the box art and stuff is a huge departure from the kind of established way of painting ghosts. Because before that it was like the spirit hosts. It was basically just a case of, have you got a pot of Nihilakh oxide? Yes. Right. Yeah. Open that, pour it over the models, and you're done. And the Nighthaunt are completely different. It's exactly what they needed because I think they look fantastic. But it's quite a different way of painting Warhammer when, especially if you've painted a lot of kind of armored dudes. These don't have any straight lines.
No, they don't. Yeah.
So yeah, I think you've executed it really well. That's really, really
good.
But
you can kind of be like freeingly messy on the robes.
Yeah, because you can. So I did. I just mixed loads of different. What did I use? I mean, I used like some of the thematic blue. I think I used some. I actually can't remember what I used further up. Oh,
Nighthaunt gloom.
Definitely. Do you know what? Funnily enough, he was mostly painted at the point at which I went, hang on a second, there's definitely a paint that's named after Nighthaunt, right? I should probably use that. So I did put a bit of that on the robes, but I used a lot of dark green underneath the black as well. So I don't think it shows too well in this picture, but if you look at it up close, the robe on his back has a kind of green tinge to it. And again, that's like a classic Josh technique with Black Templar, is put another colour underneath.
Classic
so you put the
Josh.
Black Templar over the top, and you get, especially on the edges, you get that kind of show up of the colour underneath, which I think works really well for a guy who's walking around. I mean, he's walking around with a fence post / cross on his back, so he's not having a great time. But yeah, he's an interesting character, and he was really genuinely fun to paint. I also played around with some of the new shade paints, so you can see it a little bit in this on the torture devices on his maybe DIY tools, because he's got a drill on his like weird back brace thing. You can see on the bottom of like the one that clearly goes around someone's neck, there's like a kind of dried blood effect, which was all done with the shades, which is like Targor Ray shade and stuff, which was really cool. It was really nice, really easy as well.
The fun thing about Kruleboyz Cruciators is that they were people that were killed on torture racks, and Nagash took their souls and decided, that it was their fault for being killed on a torture rack, so they are now torturers themselves that are forever bound to a torture rack.
What a jolly happy bunch of people they must be.
Because Nagash is a bit of an arse. He does have a very weird sense of justice. But yeah, that's the Kruleboyz Cruciator. Right, you sent me 80 pictures.
Yeah, I did.
Jesus.
So just to preface this, right, Josh. So the other thing, Josh said, do family photos, right, of stuff you painted, and I went through and looked at what I'd submitted in
Sorry, I'm
in various. Yeah, I know.
What happened in chat? I'm such a child.
We've been infiltrated.
Sexfind.pro. You know it's a professional service rather than just your standard bot.
But
and Mikey disappears and says, "Hey guys."
Yeah,
exact moment.
Mikey's brought the Slaneshi demons in. No, but so Josh said about doing family photos. So I went right back to Tale of Many Warhipsters 1 because he made the point to me. I was like, oh yeah, I'll do this, and this, and he was like, yeah, but remember you did some sisters as well. So what I have done, I don't know precisely which of the flipping portfolio that I sent to Josh that I spent an hour shooting today. Shooting, obviously my iPhone camera. I don't know which ones he's used, but basically what I did full family photos of most of the armies that they were. So there is stuff in there, which some of it is pre Tale of Many Warhipsters, but most of it is from the last 12 months.
Fudging your numbers.
Yeah, if I get the question, how many points have you painted? I cannot tell you.
At least 10,000.
I'd need like a spreadsheet to work it out exactly. But yeah, it's probably in the region of 8,000 to 10,000 points across multiple armies.
Well, should we start having a look?
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Okay,
sorry about this, guys.
You'll be pleased to know I didn't include the accidental.
Yeah, I was because the weather was really terrible today, and I did that very British thing of sending my other half who's in Austria some pictures of the weather, and I sent 2 pictures of the weather to Josh among all the things. So yes, this is the Chaos Knight Lance. You may have seen it before. These were all done for Tale of Many Warhipsters or during the period of Tale of Many Warhipsters, and yeah, really happy with them. Really proud of them. I think they look really cool. They are a joy to paint, even if they are giant war machines. And I actually played my first full 2,000 point game, including 3 more war dogs, which I didn't include in this because while their painting is done, they're not based and they're not quite up to what I want them to be. So yeah, they were absolutely brilliant. Josh will enjoy the fact that the big guy, the Knight Abominant, the one at the back with the tusks on his face, who's a really cool model and really awesome in principle, is consistently the single most underwhelming knight in the entire codex. Yeah. He got absolutely slapped last night by Hellbrecht, and to be fair, about 800 points of Black Templars who all charged him at the same time, and even he was
wow, okay.
"Oh no!" Yeah,
yeah.
I did blow him up and do a lot of mortal wounds off of it though, so it's worth it.
He's one of those things, the Knight Abominant. It's like I kept saying to you yesterday. He's the best unit in the Chaos Knights book, and he's consistently underwhelming.
Yeah, he really is. He really is.
He's the psychic one, right?
He's the psychic one. He's, and I'm going to use air quotation marks here, unkillable if you put him together the right way. Turns out he's very much killable.
He's very killable, even with all of that.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Did you roll badly?
No, so to be fair, my friend Tarek, our friend Tarek, who I don't know, I'm not sure he'll be watching this, but he will attest to the fact that he even made the comment at one point during the game where he went, "We are dice rolling in different dimensions," because he was consistently rolling 5s and 6s, or even when it was bad for him, on morale, he was rolling 5s and 6s. I was consistently rolling 1s and 2s.
Okay.
I did one where I did a sweep attack with the Knight Desecrator with his sword, right? So he gets 18 attacks off the back of that. And I needed I was hitting quite a tough target, so I needed 3s to wound, and I rolled. I hit all the time because he hits on 2s, rerolls 1, so he hit all the time, so rerolled. And I rolled something 11 or 12 1s and 2s.
Wow, okay.
18. Like, yeah, that's how bad it was. I was like, I think I've cursed my own dice. Like, this is the worst rolling I've had in a while. But anyway, it was good fun, and it was actually a very close game because we were playing Tempest, so just fun anyway.
Yeah. So there's the Chaos Knights.
Yeah.
Next up.
Oh yeah.
The vegans of Lotan. Yes.
Yeah. I was going to put all of this in order of when you submitted it, so people could see a historical record of how the meta has changed over the last year.
It's a good way to do it.
But I chose not to do that. But to be fair to Adam, he's only done the army set of these because the rest of it isn't out. Although, as the article has been published on Warhammer Community today, the rest of the Leagues of Votann range is on the way next weekend, so you'll be able to pre-order it next weekend, which is really exciting.
That's going to be a rush for it, isn't it?
It's going to be a serious.
I might just buy them, even though I don't have the army.
Yeah. These are good fun. So I used your tutorial, Josh, to get the red armor because it occurred to me I don't actually have a predominantly red army, and here they are. They're great fun to paint. They're really nice little models, really lovely to assemble. As anyone who's watched some of your videos on them will attest. And the bikes are very cool as well because in theory, they do hover. They're like on a little tactical rock at the back, so the front like disc thing sticks up. There is one of them where it's a bit heavy, and he's gone, and he's sort of fallen forward into the dirt.
I said that's exactly what happened to mine.
Yeah. The other two, however, I managed to like glue strong enough that they are standing up, so it has worked. But yeah, they're good fun. Really, really cool little models.
I really like the guy with the hammer.
The hammer. Yeah, I knew you would. Yeah, the Iron Here champion. He is awesome. He looks so cool.
And he's cool with his like what he does in a game, just yeeting things off the board.
Yeah. So I feel like if you ran him, there's like one league in particular that's really good in close combat, and I think if you ran him in that, he would be absolutely lethal. But yeah, he's very good. They're very, very, very cool.
They're awesome
little dwarves. Yeah.
I love your red. Yeah.
You did an absolutely bang-up job on these.
Oh, cheers, man.
100%. Yeah, no, I think it's really good. And it's nice to see a Ymir army. I've seen a lot of Trans-Hyperion Alliance, which is a very nice colour scheme. Haven't seen many. I've seen one Ymir and one Urani Surta regulates.
Yeah, I mean that's part of why I did it. The orange of the Trans-Hyperion is very, very cool, but everybody seems to be doing that one. So, and again, I have an orange army, which you'll see in a second. So yeah, I went for the red. Yeah,
you get that whole army's got two. That's got two slides here. Should we move on to your next one?
Yeah, go on. What's the next one?
The next one, they were only. These actually didn't make an appearance at a tournament under your.
Not when I was with you. I did run them at some stuff I went to.
You cheated on us.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the Solar Watch are good fun. So again, this is one of the examples where some of this is pre-tail, like the Dreadnought at the back. But the bikes and Trajan Valoris, who you can see stood there, the champion, a blade champion, the sisters, the Sagittarum, the guys with the guns, the Venatari, the flying guys, and most of the custodian wardens. Not custodian wardens, custodian guard. They've all been done, and it's in the last 12 months, Mikey. But I really admire that you think I did this all in a month. That's very generous of you.
You could do all of this in a month if you did nothing else.
Yeah, if I did nothing else, I could just do this. Yeah,
that meant eat or sleep.
This is the thing. This is the thing about you. Like at this, I was thinking about this earlier, looking through all of your stuff, and I was like, at this point, right, the Chaos Knights, Leagues of Votann, and Solar Watch, and I think maybe the next army as well. I think you could get all four of these done in a month if you didn't have a job, because you've done an absolutely breathtaking amount of models this year.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, this guy, this is a hell of a lot of stuff. Yeah, Mikey, it's the last episode in season 1 of Tale of Many Warhipsters. Not everyone has sent through a full family photo though, so don't worry, because Mikey has got a submission at the end of this one. which is really cool, mate. I was looking through it and I was like, the stuff you've done on the heads is just absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to show all of you guys. Should we move on to your next one?
Yep, let's go.
So
Sorry, I've just got a lot now. I apologise.
Is the Black Legion.
I forgot you did that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's my Black Legion that I said I was going to do. My Obsidian Hatred is the technical name for the warband. But yeah, it's just a bunch of Chaos Marines, Lord Discordant, and Abby himself, who were all featured in various tales. And Abby was done in using Josh's, actually, as was Trajan Valoris in the previous slide, but he was done using yet another of Josh's tutorials with a slight tweak, because I didn't use Grey Seer. I did like black and then dry brushing, and then did the contrast over that, and that's how all of these guys are done. It's how the Chaos Knights are done. So it's all, I guess they call it the slap chop method. You may have heard of, people talk about that.
Well,
it's that kind of thing.
Controversial topic right now.
I know. I've heard there's controversy about it, and I don't want to get into that. But yeah, no, these guys are like proper dark, proper grim, if you will.
That's all part of my. I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's all Twitter beefing, Rich. If you don't,
yeah,
my young innocent ears do not see these tweets.
Yeah. So Mike is right. It is underpainting. I don't know why it has a particular name. It's just dry brushing to get like an effect, and I think it works really well with contrast. And where like Josh's tutorial came in really handy on Abaddon is because it just picks out all of the details really nicely, while the whole model still retains that kind of like dark kind of look about them, which I really liked.
But Mikey's absolutely right. It is underpainting.
Yeah, it is underpainting.
Yeah, not underpanting, which is what I saw someone call it the other day, and that made me laugh for a long time. Because I was like, I like the idea of a painting technique being called underpants. It's like it just tickled
underpanting.
Me. Yeah, underpanting. Yeah, it was great. It's just but yeah, there you go. Should we go on to your next army?
Yep. Let's go.
So this is the army that Adam took because he knew he was going to face me at Fun and Fluff, and so he was he was tailoring his list to fight me. So here we go. We have the Thousand Suns.
Yeah, clearly, I was tailoring to fight you when I saw yours, because they went, "Oh no, we're not playing, are we?" Yeah, these are Thousand Suns. These have all been done during the course of Tale of Many Warhipsters, and you may have seen some of them. So we've got 3 squads of rubrics, one with the Flamers. There is a Thousand Suns Contempt Dreadnought sitting at the back there. Who actually, I'm quite proud. He has some cool like flamers on his base, which you can see in one of those photos. And then Araman, Exalted Sorcerer, and another Exalted Sorcerer, but I use him as a regular Sorcerer because he's just on the smaller base. And this also features 2 models, one of which you will have seen if you've watched Josh's channel and seen the tutorial. In fact, 2 of which you will have seen, because they were both in tutorials, which is the Infernal Master, who's there, and the Zangor Shaman, which Josh actually very kindly painted. So in many ways, this is also Josh's entry into Tale of Many Warhipsters, because they were very kindly, he gave those models to me. So those are very much part of his army rather than they're part of my army, but they're very much part of his entry. So I have to say thank you for that.
I really want us to go to an event where I submit models from my army. Adam, you submit the Infernal Master or the Zangor Shaman. Rich, you submit Farsight or Garrow, Castellan Crow. And then we just see if one of us is able to win it.
That's stacking of numbers. Everybody has your model.
I will say as well, what's quite cool about this army, again, a nice little thing that I really like is that the basing scheme on it. So in the Arcane Wastelands. Josh, is that the right name for it?
That's it,
yeah, so it's Josh's Arcane Wastelands tutorial. And also, it matches, minus the Zeechi bushes I put on it to make, it's the influence of Thousand Suns, the influence of Sortiarius, the planet they're from, seeping through the warp. It matches Rich's Grey Knights, because that's how these armies got started. He got the Grey Knights, I got the Thousand Suns from the Hex Fire.
That's right, yeah, Hex Firebox.
Hex Firebox, and so we went on our respective journeys into the worlds of psychic nonsense that way.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you've done a cracking job on them. It might feel to the folks at home like we're rushing through Adam's stuff. He's got so much. He's got another 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
no.
4,
Let's go.
another 4 more slides. So here we go. We've got
4.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Okay, right. I'll get through these quickly.
I feel really unproductive now.
So Tyranids 1. This is Tyranids non-monsters. So yeah, these were all. Most of these were painted up at some point during the last 12 months. Obviously, loads of warriors. You've got some Zernthropes in there, Termagants, Gene Stealers, Raveners. There are some Hive Guards sitting at the back. There's Parasite and Mortrex, which I'm really proud of, because I think the blending on his wings has come out really, really nicely to have that kind of like fleshy effect. And in typical Tyranid style, hiding in the back is a Lictor as well. And that's actually the old original metal model, which a friend of mine very kindly gave to me. So I painted it up in the colours of my Hive fleet. And there's also there's a Brood Lord in the middle there as well.
I love your Tyranids. I just love the scheme, the colours, and the way you do the I don't know what you call it, the carapace. It's just
No,
so
that's
cool.
really kind of you. And this is the Orange Army I was talking about earlier. So the one of the things I tend to do is I try and paint things to be different. So I was thinking, well, what do I not have at the moment? I don't really have like a green army. So if my whatever thing I work on next, maybe I'll try and do green as the primary colour. I don't know. But yeah, orange and a kind of bluey black skin on these guys as well. Again, it's Ultramarines blue with black Templar over the top to get that kind of slick blue black skin effect.
Yeah, no, love it. Love it. It's a very impactful army to look at. I'll show you the monsters. There they all are.
Yeah, this is these are the monsters. Yeah, and again, this features a couple that were done sort of pre or finished during the Tale of Many Warhipsters. So you got the side Hero Jewel and the barbed Hero Jewel, which I love because they're just ridiculously huge chunks of resin. They like you could kill someone with them. They're just ludicrous. And then you've got God, what's in here? There's like Harpy. There's 3 Carnifexes. There's a
Flyrant.
There's a Flyrant. There's a what's it called? Haruspex. There's a Exocrine. There's a what's the other one called? The brain bug guy, the one that there's a close-up shot of in the. No,
Malaceptor.
Malaceptor. Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can never remember the names for Tyranids, but yeah, I love this army. They look really good when they're all together. I just had to split them into 2 photo sets because it turns out all the monsters are on huge bases. There's also a Morlock as well.
I feel like you're missing one thing from this, and that's either a Bio-Titan or a Dimacron.
Well, if people want to get me a bio, I mean, I don't have the room for a Bio-Titan. One of our friends has got one.
But I think
it's bigger than my cat.
Because like you don't need anything else. You don't need anything else. But I feel like that's the one. That's the one.
Edema works, don't it?
Dimacron, yeah.
I think that would. I'd love to see that in this scheme.
I'll give it a go. At some point,
just making Adam buy stuff.
But yeah, no, I do. I really like. I do love the Tyranids. I think they look really cool. Again, when they're all on the board, like on a board together. Obviously, I mean, you couldn't field this entire army unless you were playing Apocalypse because it's ludicrous amount of points. But yeah, they look really nice. And I've taken them to events with like where they're in kind of jungly terrain. And they look really cool when they look like they're meant to be there, which is the idea. The bases are all done to be kind of like very covered in flowers and plants and stuff, like they're coming through the jungle. So yeah, because they're based on the assassin bug, or various assassin bugs, I guess, for their carapace. So yeah.
Yeah. Dave says he'd love to see all of those on the table. How many points?
We're going to need a bigger table. Oh, good God. I couldn't even tell you. I mean, the 2 resin guys alone are like 200 to 350 each. Like they're super expensive. There's nigh on 700 to 800 points in them alone, and then you add on all the other bits and bobs. Like it's got to be a good 3 to 4,000, I'd say. 4,000.
Yeah. Right. I feel like we should make Dave's dream come true at some point, and we should get for your 4,000 points of Tyranids, versus
In
4,000
which
points
case,
of my blood angels.
in which case, I mean, we could do that, but someone will need to donate to the Adam. Adam gets some new carrying devices to fund because I
Shoebox.
physically cannot fit them all in one case.
I've seen you've got cases for you've got suitcases for going on holiday. Just throw them all in there. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
What we could do is when the new guard code comes out, I'll have 2,000 points of guard, and we could do the Tyranids fighting Blood Angels and guard.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Proper Devastation of Baal type territory.
Yeah.
I did.
Cool.
I know. I gave you some shade earlier about meta chasing earlier, Adam, and I do apologize for that. But I will tell you what I didn't do, because I was gonna go and find a clip from our previous live stream that we did about the Tyranids Codex of you saying that you think that they're not.
Oh, well, I said I didn't think it was that strong.
Yeah. I was gonna get that and put that clip in here and go, and now we're gonna see how Adam was wrong, and then find a bunch of other clips.
Oh.
But,
I got that one. I got that one way wrong. They're still a bit ridiculous.
Yes, but
Bro, you're not the only person to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you've done a cracking job. Should we move on to your last two?
Yes. Yeah. Last two. Let's get through me. And
Do you remember what they are, Adam?
I do. Yeah.
Right.
I do know.
Oh,
What
yeah,
this is.
yeah,
Yeah. This is
sisters,
the sisters. So this is where Tale of Many Warhipsters started. My first love, really, I guess. The of the Tale of Many Warhipsters, which was adding to my already pre-existing and pretty large sisters army. So I realised that Celestine's Gemini were like among my first entries. I think they were in like episode 2, maybe.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
That we did. So this is the panoply of the sisters, which I've had the sisters since the original box came out. And I ran them most of last year. I haven't really run them this year. I should probably take them out for a spin again.
You know what's quite funny is Josh took his demons, you took your sisters, and I took my Grey Knights, all which were projects on Tale of Many Warhipsters to a tournament together. And we all did really well in that tournament.
Did. Yeah.
Huh.
And
Rich Gotkin. Sorry, go.
Yeah, I'm Rich Gotkin as well, yeah. But yeah, no, the sisters they're just fantastic models. There's so much detail on them. They're a real nuisance to paint sometimes because they're not very big, and they have loads of detail on them. More so, I think, than a lot of other even basic troops. Like if I compare them to like the little Votann guys, I mean, they're you can do them much more easily. I think sisters have a load more detail on them. But when you see them all together, and I hope when people see them all together like this, they look really cool. They just look like this huge, ridiculous Gothic crusade, which is everything I love about them.
These are my favourite of yours.
But yeah, that's very kind of you.
I'm gonna say this is not the insult it's meant to sound. It sounds like. But
Okay.
These are easily my favourite of yours, which is not to disparage the quality of the rest of your work, but there's a picture on the next slide. In fact, let's just get that picture up now. So there's your full family photo. That given as
this actually does miss out on like a whole bunch of other just battle sisters, but I didn't include them because I didn't have the nameplates on them, so I wanted it to look all kind of together. Every one of them is individually named. I just want to say that for the people in the people in the chat, I'm gonna fight back for a second. Although yes, they are a very strong army, of course. But as if to prove my long-term love for the Sisters of Battle, I will say every single sister. So I'm sounding like bloody Palpatine now. Every single Jedi is now an enemy of the Republic. No, every single sister in this army is named, and they are all named individually. I spent a very long time writing out a very, very, very long list of individual girls' names based from cultures all around the world. I tried to look up myths about like famous female heroines from myth or legend or even more modern, and all of them are named. Every single one that I could get a plate that fits, basically, or that aren't named characters already. So yeah, no, I am very proud of this army. I think they're fantastic.
Oh, they're awesome.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Do you,
as well.
are any actual sisters in your army, like sisters?
Sorry?
So you've named any of them, or any of them actually sisters?
I mean, there's a few from like Greek myth, I think, that are technically, within the myth are sisters. So yeah, there will be a few in there. But yeah, they're all, as I say, they're all individually named. Although weirdly, there are some where like I couldn't get a nameplate that fits the base, like Morven Val. But I mean, I guess she doesn't need one because she's called Morven Val.
Mikey's asked are any of them Disney princesses?
No, there aren't Disney princesses, but I should throw a Disney.
Yeah, next time the next models they release.
I should do. You know what? Do you know who actually? You know who hasn't got the base, the nameplates yet? Are the 3 Paragon Warsuits, which were one of my entries into Tale of Many Warhipsters. So maybe I can have Elsa. What can we go for? We can have Elsa, Moana, and we need an old one, right? Ariel, maybe from the 90s. I'm trying to go back, right? Jasmine, Mulan, Mulan. That's what we can go for.
Riley, no.
Just go for like American spellings, but really weird. Yeah, it's what's the one on She-Hulk? It's Madison with two D's and a Y, but not where you think.
Yeah, excellent reference. Drybrush Threepwood, the other Mike that's here, says, "Oh, I'm getting really bad flashbacks looking at that because you bullied him at Goonhammer with this, didn't you?"
Yeah, so we went to Goonhammer and Mike had an amazing army. And I don't know, Josh, if I'm spoiling the lead here, if Mike has sent anything in for tonight, but like Mike's Flesh Terrors are stunning to behold. They're amazing. Yeah, like if you've ever seen like Mike's army, go and check out Drybrush Threepwood on Instagram. Like, have a look at Mike's stuff. It's amazing. But Mike bought 15 Blade Guard to Goonhammer,
which means he wins Goonhammer just because he did that.
If you're judging, Rich, it does. Unfortunately, the problem that Mike had at Goonhammer was that the deployment map we were on, he started at one end quite a long way away, and I started at the other, and his Blade Guard could really just walk towards me into a wall of melter guns, because that's what the sisters do. They have lots and lots and lots of melter, flamer, and bolter. So yes, I can see why he's getting flashbacks, and I apologise for that. But it was, I hope, a fun game at the very least. We did have a laugh doing it because there was some good good combat moments as well with the Flesh Terrors and the angry sisters, the Repentia.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I also really love that this is the one army that fits your kitchen tabletop.
It does, yeah, it does. It fits my. You'll notice my makeshift studio involving the inside piece from the Votan box and a marble themed tray, which has appeared in several of my entries to Tale of Many Warhipsters. So I thought I'd put the marble themed tray in there alongside the actual marble work surface that we have.
Yeah, it looks great stuff. Great stuff. Right, thank you very much, gentlemen. We're now going to go on to the people who can't answer back. So, we're going to kick off with, I guess, the last time everyone's going to get really upset, and that is Mini Painter Meg.
Hey.
This is ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
With a Scumdrek that took 70 hours to paint. She says, "For once, I'm not sending you a work in progress, as long as you don't count the base." And I don't count the base because I hate basing. This is Swamp Boss Scumdrek riding his Sludge Raker beast through the murky swamps, holding up his kit-bashed lantern to get a better view of his surroundings. I'm super happy with the Sludge Raker beast skin painted to look like a crocodile monitor lizard and the OSL from his lamp. All in all, this took me around 70 hours, and I'm so pleased with how it's turned out. Thanks so much for running the Tales series. It's been amazing seeing everyone's hard work. Can't wait to see what else is in the stream. Thanks, Meg. So there you go. 70 hours of Scumdrek. There he is.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's just
yeah.
I mean, as with everything that Meg has contributed to Tale of Many Warhipsters, it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Like the OS. I mean, just leaving aside just the actual paint job on the beast that he's riding on, as well as obviously Mr. Scumdrek himself. The OSL is it's like perfect because it gives it that glow, but it looks so natural. It does look like a real light. Because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I really don't like OSL because sometimes it's done, even if it's done like well, as in like they've got the glow effect. It just looks flat.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually look like a light source. It just looks flat. It looks
how it's coming off the tongue. It's just
yeah. It's just remarkable.
Yeah, it's outstanding. If you go on her Instagram, Mini Painter Meg, you'll see where she put some. I think it's like these LED. I think they look like fairy lights to me, wrapped up to look at where to place the colors, like where the light's gonna fall.
That's getting really
If you go and look at it,
that's when you know you're good at painting.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
absolutely.
Has she ever thought of doing Golden Demon?
She said to me last night that she's not ready.
Yes, yeah, we.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
we talked about it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just saw it on Instagram. That's really clever.
Yeah, that's very good. It's
It's just
amazing work.
It's just sorry to go back to the ASL thing. I've realised what it is. It's that it's transparent, which sounds like a weird way to say it, but it's like I can still see the colour underneath on the actual like model itself. It doesn't look like it's just it's yellow because the light's yellow. It's like no, it's still green or metallic or the rust colour. Even like the little rust details on the armour, you can still see through all of them, and the leather as well. But it's lit.
Yeah.
I never fail to be impressed by what Meg pulls off. It's remarkable.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at it on my nice screen just to get a better image of it. It's just amazing.
Yeah,
honestly.
Even like on the picture on the right, the eye really draws me in. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm really upset right now.
Lord Biscuit the Tossable says the variety of colour is fabulous. Mikey's Wargame says love the Kruleboyz. And Dave says awesome Meg. And 80 the 40k boy says whoa, which is how I thought when I opened it. It's absolutely insane. And like, if you go back to episode 1 and look at like the stuff that Meg was putting in, it was already formidable. And here we are a year later. This is what my favorite. Like we've always talked about, like, how everyone's painting seems to get better and better, and that is true for everyone. But if you look at the kind of the ambition, I think, of Meg's projects, it's amazing. It truly is. It's incredibly impressive.
Oh, definitely.
Pure art.
Yeah, it is demonstration of miniature painting as an art form.
Yeah,
that's all you can say.
We've gone really profound, guys.
and it was done in 70 hours, which is just
a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I spent that on King Brod, roughly, and he's bigger. Oh. Like that's the thing is like and I and she's gone. She's done this in like I would suggest record time. Because being able to pull off that kind of OSL effect inside 70 hours is it's really high quality stuff.
Definitely.
Just incredibly impressed. Thank you very much, Meg, for your submission. Let's move on to somebody who joined Tale of Many Warhipsters, I think round about episode 6 or 7. So we have she didn't paint a specifically spooky model because her entire army's spooky. We have Alice.
Hey!
Oh,
I love it.
Brilliant.
So this is everything.
That's awesome.
This is everything that she painted, and she asked me. She said, "Do you think the ghost is a bit much?" And I was like, "The ghost. You have an army of ghosts. Which ghost here is a bit too much?" She's like, "The one in the back." I was like, "I don't see anything. I just see a Titan ghost." She says, "Hello." This is a new spelling of my name. She says, "Hello, Mr. Whipster," which
I like that actually.
It's quite good. It's the last ever Tales, and I know I haven't been the most consistent of appearances on the show, but it's October after all, so how can I not show off my boosty boys alongside my only other hobby, growing pumpkins? I've also attached a close-up of each unit, which I'll show you in just a moment, and I can't quite believe I'm nearly at 2,000 points of Nighthaunt, with only a few models left to paint. I'm really dragging out the process, but it's been so much fun doing this for myself, finding focus, confidence, and a sense of achievement, none of which I really feel in day-to-day life. And for us, me and you, so me and her, sitting together just hobbying has been one of my fondest discoveries of this year. Long may it continue, just have to find the next project first.
Oh, that's lovely. That's so nice.
It's very lovely. I'm not sure if I was supposed to read all of that, but I have. There you go.
Have you played each other with it yet?
We have. We played a game. We played a
Okay.
game.
What did you use?
I used my Sylvaneth.
Okay. So you won.
No.
Didn't you get? Is that where you got? Isn't that where you got roundly beaten?
No, we played a game a little while ago of 40k, and she used my Space Wolves and I used my Tau, and I got put over a barrel in quite a spectacular way. This one, I believe it was a draw. I can't remember now.
Oh.
It's a really good game. It was just like because obviously it was her first ever game of Age of Sigmar, so we were first ever game of Age of Sigmar and like third game of Warhammer ever. So we played kind of like AOS light. So we had objectives, but we didn't do mission tactics and battle tactics and things like that. We just did we just to get the kind of mechanics right. And there was that kind of thing of, she said, "Don't help me with my book because I have to learn."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yes, because otherwise you run the risk when you run an intro for the first time with someone where if it's two completely different armies, but you know them very well, it basically ends up where I'm playing a game of Nighthaunt versus Sylvaneth, and I've got both books, and I'm just like, right, so these guys do this, so you want to charge them there, and it's just like, no. But we discovered stuff as we went along, and then afterwards Alice went, "There's a rule I missed, which would have made things even easier." I was like, "What's that?" And it was the whole thing of, I couldn't fall back and stuff like this, and not that I did, but there was other things in there, like certain characters that were buffing up other characters. And she said afterwards that like a lot of stuff clicked into place having played it. So it made a lot more sense. And we're looking forward to playing some more. She's literally got 2 Dreadblade Harrows and what's her name, Lady Ollander, left to do to finish this army off. But yeah, this is what Alice has created.
And a Kruleboyz.
And a Kruleboyz, yes, yeah.
So
yeah, there you go. That's the, and she grew both of those, all 4 of those pumpkins.
Those pumpkins, yeah.
5.
One of them's plastic.
No, she painted that
Did
one.
she grow the ghost? Did she grow the ghost as well?
She grew the ghost. Yeah. She definitely.
No, I love it. Do you know what? I mean, Alice is awesome, obviously, but and very fortunate to obviously know her through knowing you, Josh. But yeah, the way her paintings come on as she submitted stuff has been fantastic. The army looks really cool, and I'm just really happy that somebody else remembered the spooky thing as well.
There have been a couple of other people.
Good. Okay. I was gonna say good. I mean, a little bit easier for her because, as you say, her army is spooky to begin with. But yeah, no, I love the theme. I love the background. I think that is fantastic.
Yeah, no, she's done an amazing job. How about that Ulrak the Drowner in the back, eh?
Yeah. He's all right. He's okay.
He's the worst part. I'll show you the next slide because she's got some close-ups. Here you go. So, these are all.
That's just they're really good.
Aren't they great?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the the spirit hosts are just really cool looking models anyway, and the way she's done them is fantastic. I really like the forgive me, I can't remember what they're called, the something guard, guys with the crossbows.
Craven
Is that right?
Throne.
They're called the Craven Throne Guard. I knew there was some kind of guard. But I love the banner detailing as well on that. Like, just looks really cool.
Yeah, 100%. Dreadscythe Harridans as well. That's this one here, the spooky lady with the knife hands.
Yeah, I agree, Rich. Very good photography.
Yeah. She also, if you didn't realise that Alice lived in the same house as me, she took a picture here on the old plinth and background.
Familiar looking background.
Yeah. She was like, she said, "Do you think people, if they don't know that we're a thing, do you think people would be able to figure out?" And I was like, all they have to do is go to your Instagram and see whenever you've posted on that plinth and with that background. And it's like, either I'm just loaning you my photography booth, or we definitely live together. But yeah, there you go. There's one of all of the units that she's painted.
Those spirit hosts look fantastic.
Yeah.
Is that the 3 in the middle? Or the
Yeah, they
one
look
model
like
that's a free
they
thing.
look
Yeah,
like
I thought that.
in Indiana Jones when they open the Ark of the Covenant and all the ghosts come out.
Yes.
They look like that. They look
Yeah.
like proper scary.
To answer your question, Mikey's Wargaming, I use an iPhone 14 Pro. That is what I use. I used to use an iPhone 13 Pro, but you know.
We get it. You're a pro. God.
Well, okay. I just, you know, I only get the best for my community and the people who watch my videos. All right. But yeah, there we go. Thank you very much, Alice. It's been a joy to paint with you for the last year as well. Well, 6 months. She's not watching. She's in Sicily at the moment. So, you know, I'm at home alone, feral. So, yeah. Right, let's move on. Hard to believe that's Alice's first army. I know, right? She picked a hard one, like Nighthaunt.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier about your Kruleboyz Cruciator. That they are. She's gonna find it. She's going to find it really easy, I think, going from Nighthaunt that have almost no discernible edges to painting something with armor. Like, she's got to Bjorn the Fell-Handed, the Dreadnought, downstairs. And she's really excited to do it because of all the straight lines.
Yeah.
So
whereas most of us are like, oh god, edge highlighting. Oh!
Yeah. But then with these, it's like she made that very valid question that I think a lot of people said, because we call it edge highlighting. And so the easiest thing to do is people say, well, edge highlighting, if I take, you know, this remote control here, well, the edges are around the outside of the control, right? So that if I highlight those, then I've edge highlighted. But then often people will do that and then they'll look at it and go, well, it doesn't look finished. And you go, right, well, that's because you haven't edge highlighted the, you know, the arrow and the three kind of dashes there. You haven't highlighted this kind of
but that's
lip
just
here.
effort, Josh.
I know that's just effort, that's the thing. The name edge highlighting can be misleading for somebody who has only painted one army. So I would, you know, you say things
just
like
highlighting.
so it's highlighting, and it's like, well, what's highlighting? Well, there you pick out all the edges, so then you just go around the edge. But it's not just that. It's all of it, right? So, you know.
Yeah.
But she's done an incredible job, and I can't wait to see her do Lady Hollander. I keep asking her if I can do it, and she keeps telling me no.
Good for her. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's like, I know you want to do it for your channel. You have to buy one yourself. I was like, but then we'll have 2 Lady Hollanders in the house. Why don't I just paint yours? Mikey says, does lighting help a lot taking good pics? Yeah, no, it absolutely does. The best thing.
If only there was a video about lighting.
I did a video last week about lighting. I need to do a follow-up to it, which is about taking pictures. The best way to do it. Like
selfies with your models.
Selfies with your models. That is the best way of doing it. In many ways, doing a selfie with a model helps white balance the picture so it can make the details feel crisper.
Perfect, Adam.
But yeah, no, it does. Basically, the science comes down to it. If you've got 2 lights, if you've got the thing that you're trying to take a picture of, if I just raise up my microphone here, so if you see my microphone there like that, if you want to take a picture of it, you have the microphone there. If you put a light here and a light here, and then you take a picture, it's bathed in light. That way you get the best kind of best kind of thing, and it's you figure, you know, as you're painting anyway, if you've got really good light, you might be painting it like that, and then you might try and take a picture of it somewhere else, and it might be like, oh, it doesn't look quite as good. But yeah, lighting on your pictures really does help.
Or if you're like me and you can't paint, what you do is you take a picture of your model in darkness.
Yeah,
that way you can hide all the stuff.
Yeah. Say it's really well shaded. Yeah. Thank you very much, Alice. Right, we're gonna move on now. He's in the chat. It's A to the 40k homeboy.
Hey.
Homeboy.
Oh yes.
He says, how's it going, my dudes? Very well. It's the last tale of the season. Wah! That's meant to be a wah, not the uncharismatic way.
Not the other one I was going to say.
Wah, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. I'm going to miss it so much, so we need to get season 2 on the go ASAP. I want to take a quick moment to say a huge thank you to you, Adam and Rich, you're welcome, for being our stewards through this journey and providing the most excellent commentary throughout, and an honourable mention to Mr. Boob making a special guest appearance earlier in the season. Holler at your boy. I holler at him. I wonder where he is. And a big thank you to the community for making this such an enjoyable and encouraging experience to take part in by showcasing all of the glorious hobby. It has been a real source of inspiration for me. Thank you for all the kind words. They've helped me make something of a slight dent in my pile of potential over the last year. Anyways, on to this month's submission. We have the last edition, for a while at least, to my horde of Black Templars. The Outriders have joined the fray, and they are out there decapitating the foe with chainswords and busting some mighty wheelies for the Emperor. The scheme, you know it, you love it, it's dirty, it's dusty, it's war, baby. Although, assembling these sculpts was also war. I thought dreadnoughts were rough, but thrown alive, whoever designed these needs a stretch in the black cells, because I almost manifested a bloodthirster putting these together. Either way, they are done, and I am back within the Emperor's light, so no need to call the Inquisition. And he does have a follow-up bit, but we'll just talk about these for the moment, because, yeah, it's you know it, you love to see it. It's A to the 40k homeboys Black Templars. The way that he paints these things, we have been effusive with our praise, and there is no reason that should stop now, because they look fantastic, my friend.
Yeah, no, they're really, really, really nice. Yeah, like, I mean, what you said before, like, just dirty, grimy, riding about, getting chipped up like they're in battle. None of this fancy, clean armor, Space Marines that never go into combat. No, these guys speeding through the dirt, fighting off orcs, decapitating orcs, like you said, just looking badass doing it. No,
like
really lovely.
Full speed through a war zone with stuff chipping off the motorbikes, like hitting it, damaging it. A bit like my alloys on my car, and just swiping, slashing heads off.
just like you doing donuts around West London, roundabouts.
Just me not being able to park.
Can you parallel park and outride a bike? Let's find out. No, they look awesome, man. You should be so proud of them, and you know the whole Black Templar army you've done across the course of this, like that you've added on, has, just as Josh says, we've been effusive with our praise, and entirely deservedly. It just looks really, really good. Looks really natural, really like realistic, and I love that.
Yeah, I adore it. Sorry, Alice has just texted me. I'm just gonna send her a picture demonstrating that we are Tale of Many Warhipstering.
Dare she interrupt us?
Well, normally she'd be downstairs going, waiting. But you know. So there we go. Sorry about that. Quick thing. I've got another slide on the Outriders, because there they are. There's all three of them together. Looking absolutely
Mr. Drive-by.
Mr. Drive-by
himself.
I like that one.
And he's bald as well, so he does look a bit like Pitbull. So he's Mr. Worldwide Drive-by.
That's why I like him the most. Mr.
305, Hellbricht, represent, Dale. You know you're Pitbull.
Us bald people have to stick together, you know.
Well, especially in a war zone.
Especially in a war zone. Yeah.
I think bald models should get -1 to hit because the light reflects off it.
Shiny head syndrome. No, I mean, a lot of Space Marines are bald. I did see a conspiracy that said that that's because Games Workshop can't sculpt hair that well, or like maybe couldn't, or the Space Marine molds are always made bald. But anyway, no, I really love these 80 Hemboy. I think they're really cool. The effort you've put in is amazing, and yeah, more please, just more. Yeah,
no, you've done an incredible job. I'll wait till the end to ask the question that I was going to ask everybody. I've been meaning to ask it already, but I'm going to ask the question later. Thank you very much for those, my friend. You got another one. So the second submission is my test for the 9th.
Ooh.
And we're all big fans of the 9th here. We have a single Mark 6 boy out doing an honest day's work for the glory of the Legion. Here it is. After giving it a lot of thought, I decided to try a new approach for me and go for a metallic red candy armor scheme. This was scary for me because I'm very conscious that if you mess it up, it is very difficult to correct. And I am the poster boy for cleanup steps. So the pressure was on, but it was a great challenge to tackle, and my brush control definitely has improved. Also, a special shout out to everyone on the Discord who gave me advice on the scheme. I appreciate you all very much. I did go a little bit more conservative with the basing, considering there's another 39 of these to get through, but I got to play with pigment powder for the first time, which was fun. And I definitely did not cover my desk in it. No, I'm sure you didn't. Overall, I'm pleased with how he turned out, and I think the scheme with its more reserved level of weathering will look dope as an army. But as a noob to the 9th, any and all advice is welcome. That's it from me, dudes. It's been a blast, and may you all be blessed with many 6s. Much love.
Oh, I like that.
Boy, do I need them.
That is lovely. I mean, I love red, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah. The red candy metallic is really nice as well, because it's one that you only normally see, certainly in Horus Heresy, you only normally see it on the Thousand Suns, because that was their kind of like the much brighter, I guess, red. But yeah, I really like this guy because he looks like he's just wearing, like, I don't know, metallic schemes are always nice because they just look like you're wearing actual like plate armor, which I think is quite cool. But this guy looks suitably sinister. And the 9th, we're all lovers of the 9th, but you know there are some sinister backstory to them a little bit, you know, from pre-heresy and back in the day. So yeah, I think you've really captured that really nicely. And I like your comments both about the basing and also in the chat saying that the neophyte bowl cuts support my theory about Space Marine hair. But no, I really love this. I think it's really cool. I like the yellow eyes and then the gold detailing as well on the shoulder pad and on the ribbing on the back of the power pack.
I think there's a green eyes, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah.
Like neon,
they are green.
neon green, aren't they?
This is what I really like with Blood Angels is if you go for like
I don't like lunge at the camera.
If you go for like a darker Blood Angel scheme, I find what makes them look really, really cool is if you then go that step brighter with the eye lens, because they do have, traditionally they do have a green eye lens, apart from the fast attack guys who have a yellow helmet and therefore have a blue eye lens, I want to say, or maybe they have a red, I can't remember, but yeah, the green eye lens is really, I find it quite iconic of the Blood Angels. So going even that one step brighter when you've gone that bit darker on the Blood Angels, it absolutely nails just kind of how it kind of gives them that even more slightly sinister edge. You see what I mean? Yeah, because it's like, because you can't really do it with Ultramarines. Because if you go too bright with the red, it starts to look pink.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And so, like, it's a green eye lens is absolutely just they really lend themselves well to that. It's classic Scorpion green. Yeah, no, it looks fantastic. And you're welcome for the shout out about the gold. Literally, just like any red armored Space Marine, if you just add flecks of gold in there, it immediately has ties to the Blood Angels. Then all you have to do is put some white in there occasionally on like your sergeants or whatever, and have a black shoulder pad, and you've got classic Blood Angels.
Yeah,
do they have black shoulder pads in the Horus Heresy? Are these Horus Heresy Marines? Yeah, they are, right?
Yeah.
Mark says pinkies.
Yeah. The sergeant had black shoulders back then, still, I believe. Yes, yeah, because like the Mark III armor, you do black ribbing, like black rims, whereas all the rest of them have gold, if I recall. I can't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, no, I think it looks absolutely fantastic, buddy.
Yeah, no, I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
And sometimes with the bases, like not too much is just enough, if you know what I mean. Like less is more. Yeah,
no, 100%. I think in Horus Heresy, you want their bases to be sparser. I don't know what it is about Horus Heresy miniatures, but I think if they are less busy, they feel more like they sit in the setting.
Well, there's more. This because there's more debris in the 41st millennium because we've had 10,000 years of the Warhammer.
Yeah.
Whereas at this point, there isn't the Warhammer, so there's only a little bit of debris.
Yeah.
And as Horus, as the Emperor said to Horus, you truly are the Warhammer 40,000, and we all know that's how the story ends.
Yes. Many cheese factories have been destroyed since the Horus Heresy. But yeah, no, thank you very much. Right, you asked me if he'd made a submission. Yes, he has. Dry brush Threepwood.
Oh,
Mike here. So
What match I saw? His leagues of Votan.
he says, "Hello. This month I put the finishing touches on 2 schemes that I've been planning for some time now. On the left is a Chaos Warband I have named the Emperor's Blades, taking heavy inspiration from the Sardaukar from Villeneuve's Dune. Yep.
He'll get that if he's watched him.
This scheme helped push my oil and pigment weathering, and the scheme itself came together quickly. Surprisingly, what took the most time was the base, as I was hung up on making a desert scheme work. The red basing here was originally planned for my Votan, but ended up working perfectly here instead. Never be afraid to challenge assumptions you have made when a better idea presents itself." That is great advice.
that's just life advice right there.
Yeah. On the right is my as yet unnamed Votan, and the challenge I set for myself here is to be as impactful as possible with a simple to execute scheme. I'd wanted to paint some bone armor for a long time and ended up going through many iterations for the undersuit before landing on khaki. Amazingly, this was also the easiest to do of all the ones I'd tried, as all it took was a coat of Seraphim Sepia followed by an enamel wash with MIG streaking rust on the brace armor color. Simplicity itself. Big thanks to Aranan from the Jake from the Warhipster Discord for suggesting that streak of blue on the armor, which I've decided to lean into, and I can't wait to paint woad war markings in various styles to denote different squads. Thanks for everything, Josh. Keep up the fantastic work. Well, thank you, Mike, for sending this through. My celebrated doubles partner at Warhammer World. I really love how you paint Warhammer.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's
just really good.
You get such this. I think I figured out what it is that I really love about the way that you paint, and I think it's you just get this such lovely softness in your shadows.
Yeah.
So if you look at the Hearthkin's face and his trousers, and you look at the Chaos Warrior's chest plate, you get such a beautiful softness in all of your shading that makes it feel so real. Because like when I paint, I like to go for like really stark shadows, and you know, because I paint with contrast paint, right? So all of mine are pretty stark. But this is what I love about your style of doing things, is just that your shadowing is so soft and your highlights are nice and crisp, and it just creates that really lovely gradient from the dark up to the bright, and it works on everything that you've ever shown me, and that's like that. It's incredibly impressive.
I like the Votan. The Votan is very cool, and the woad marking idea I think is fantastic. But what I will say is that Chaos Marine is genuinely one of the best like single troop miniatures I think I've ever seen. I think it looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Like the level, even just down to the small details. So you're right about the softness between the edging, the metallic edging of the armor and the white plate. The way the white shifts, you know, from that kind of darkened white to the brighter on the tops of the shoulder pads, the front of the chest piece, and even just the rust effect around the both missing and actual their butt rivets in the armor, down to the pigmenting on the base, and then coming up onto the boots. Like that, Mike, it's fantastic. Like I don't mean to sound like I'm just singing your praise endlessly, but it's absolutely brilliant. Like a whole, like what it looks like. It looks like the model that they use in a like a photograph battle that they put on the GW website or something, or in White Dwarf. To me, like that, I just think it's wonderful.
Yeah,
really like the shoulder pad with the blood marks on it. Like I think I don't know if that's like the logo for his army or what, but I just this just really adds something to the model. And like the little red belt strappings around the gun casing, or not the gun holster.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
It's
Everything about it.
Yeah, I'm. The question I have for you, buddy, is: do you feel do you like your models as you go along, or do you like your schemes once you sit back and finish looking at them? Because I with the, like I said, the compliment I'm giving you about how kind of the softness of the shading, this, that, and the other. Sometimes when I'm painting a model, I only start to like it when I'm getting towards the sort of final two highlights, because for me it doesn't look finished. So I have to really steel myself with mental discipline to go, I know this is going to be good. King Brod was like that. So when I'd done the second his torso, I got it to that Warhipster battle ready stage, I was like, I'm still not happy with this, and I did a bunch of highlights on it, and I still wasn't happy for it. And then I did the final couple of bits, and I was like, okay, now I'm happy with it. And I realized what was happening there was, I was like, it's because I haven't got my gradients in there, which is why I felt like, because I felt like the model looked really flat, and to know, yeah, okay, yeah, there you go. So there he says, my schemes have a long ugly phase, right? So there you go. So like it's another basically what I'm driving at is another layer of praise for you, sir, is that the patience to get through this quality, this style, is really commendable.
Yeah, I never really thought about it like that, because like when I was painting my Ghost Kill, I was like, oh, this looks awful, and then once I started putting the shades on it and highlighting it, I was like, oh, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it did. But on a model like this, that's a whole different level.
Yeah, no, it can be really hard, but no, honestly. Oh, he's only just
Mr. Boob!
He's only just got and shown up. Better late than never, eh? At least he hasn't missed his own section.
Yeah, that's probably what he's been doing. Just keep it quiet
as usual.
We'll just skip his one now.
Just skip him.
Yeah.
No, we can't do that. That would be awful. But no, you've done a seriously great job on this, Mike, and I absolutely cannot wait till the next doubles event when we come along with one of these two armies. I'll have something else different by then. Maybe I'll take the demons next time. But yeah, no, seriously, great stuff. Great stuff. Right, we've got lots to get through, so we're going to move on now, because I could sit and get lost looking at these models for ages. But now we need to sit and get lost at the might of Ymetrica itself. Now, as you'll recall, when he first arrived in the Tale of Many Warhipsters, he stunned us all with his Lumineth Realm Lords. He is back with the Lumineth Realm Lords.
Oh.
Hey, nice one, Dave.
With the full might of Ymetrica. There's 3 slides. I've made put a lot of slides on here for all of this, because it's just
loving that the board. It's very it just fits so well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He says, here we are at the grand finale of A Tale of Many Warhipsters, and boy am I excited to see everyone's final submissions and family photos. I've just had a great evening setting up my models on the display boards and photographing them, and it's just made me realise what I've achieved over the past year or so, and how much I've improved. I'm sure that that's the same for the most of us, and this has been such a wonderful inspiration. Thanks so much for doing it. You are very welcome, Dave. I wasn't involved back at the start of Tale, but looking at the introduction video and my photos, it seemed like I started painting my Lumineth around the same time as Tale started, so that seems like as good a place as any to start. These photos show all of my Lumineth, well, the ones I've painted, on a board I made for Armies on Parade at our local GW store last year. I came second out of 2. Bullshit. You should have come first in the Age of Sigmar category, but it was a very close run thing, and the guy who won it had been an assistant in the store until a couple of months ago previously, and is a brilliant painter.
Controversy!
I was overjoyed to have produced something. I was overjoyed to have painted something that was on par with his entry. I've added more since then, most of which you've seen on Tale already. And there is a second half to this, which we'll get to, but just look at this glorious army. This
Fabulous.
absolutely
It's fabulous.
beautiful army.
It's all everything about it. Like with him talking about display board, it really looks like it's a display.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like the use of on the cavalry guys. Forgive me because I don't know what they're called. Josh will tell me.
Kangaroos.
Correct me.
Hurricane wind chargers.
Hurricane wind chargers. There we go. The use of the little I don't know what like the debris you've got, I guess, on the mids, and it's on across the army. But like the way you've done the debris and it all matches up to the display board as well is fantastic.
You know what they remind me of? You know, in Star Wars: A Phantom Menace, what the
do you mean what the Gungans ride about?
Yeah, the Gungans ride on. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if I know all of these, because I struggle with the names on these. We've got the Venari Auralan Sentinels. We've got the Sinari Cathalar, the Hurricane
You've got
Wind
the
Chargers.
the lady at the back.
Yeah,
Sinari Cathalar.
Sinari Cathalar. We've got the Blade Lords, and we've got some Venari Wardens there in the middle, some Sentinels at the back, and then on the next slide, which I'll show you in a second. Well, no, we've also got some Dawn Riders over here. On the next slide, we have Severith, Lord of the Seventh Wind, and we have Yirior Yuthrala, the Warden of Emetrica.
Stop it!
Oh,
See,
wow.
This is
Look at the white.
It's awesome, right? It is awesome, and I say this as a compliment, which is Dave. Stop it! Just stop, because between the right. So bear in mind, right? I talk to Josh on a regular basis, and Josh is an evangelist for Age of Sigmar, right? And I'm also a big fan of tabletop tactics. And so I watch a lot of tabletop tactics stuff, right? And they've started doing Age of Sigmar battle reports. And, you know, for the past few weeks, I've been sitting there and going, you know what, I don't really want to watch the Tyranids again, or I don't want to watch the Necrons. Oh, you know what, I'll give Age of Sigmar a go, and I'll watch that. So I've sort of been learning how the game works. And then you come along with this gorgeous pile of awesomeness, right? And I'm sitting there going, can I fit an Age of Sigmar army in this room somewhere? I'm really glad my other half is now presumably no longer now watching this from Austria, because she would be in the chat being like, no. But yeah, it's so inspiring. It's just amazing. Like, they're so well done. The way you've done the white, the way you've done the cream, the different colours on the bloody feathers, for God's sake. The different blue hues are beautiful, and they're so clean and well defined. Like, you should be so proud of this, man. Really proud. Like, Mike in the chat says stunning work, and that is 100% correct. Anybody who, let's say, perhaps like myself, is sitting there going, oh, should I start Age of Sigmar? Oh, I don't know. And then sees this army, the answer is going to be like, yeah, you should, because look at it. Look how cool the models look when you put the effort in, when you stick to a really cohesive, nice scheme across the army. They just look beautiful. Truly
the pride of Hysh itself.
Indeed. The might of Emetrica.
Yeah. Here's the whole thing.
That's really cool on the board. Oh, I love the shot of the mountains as well. I'm a big fan of mountains and that sort of thing, because anyone who knows me knows. My weird holidays, the mountainous, cold places that I always end up going to. This is beautiful, mate. Honestly, I'm honestly surprised that Rich hasn't yet identified the fact that we've got Goku flying about, or Gohan maybe flying about on his cloud on one side as well.
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah, the Wind Mage on the far right.
Yeah, on the far right at the bottom.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I knew that would make you happy.
I didn't even know is that a model?
Yeah.
Oh, what's it called?
The Hurricane. It's the Hurricane Wind Mage.
It's like I'm getting a Sylvaneth army.
Yeah, no,
not Sylvaneth. What are they called? That's so cool.
Yeah, the Wind Mage. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I really like the spirit of the wind as well. What's he called? Severith. Yeah.
I think his full name is Severith, Lord of the Seventh Wind, and then you've got the Hurricane Spirit of the Wind.
Right.
Chewy said he needed that link to sexfine.pro. Sorry, Chewy.
sorry, Chewy. You have to go to sexfine.regular, not the pro version.
Yeah, that's a special link only for Warhipster fans, which we now deleted.
Yeah,
but
difficult doing mod duty while I'm trying to look at this beautiful army, and the Slaneshi bots are trying to get in the meantime while I'm captivated by the Lumineth.
Yeah.
But you fully, I'm not helping you at all because you fully distracted me with that model.
with the Dragon Ball Z Wind Mage.
Yeah.
Do you want to see something that's almost as cool as this incredible Lumineth army?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's see something cool. Let's see something almost as cool.
Here's an incredible Stormcast army from Dave as well.
Oh yeah, these are Dave's with the purple shields, aren't they? Purple and white.
Dragon.
Yes.
Oh, they're so good. They're so cool.
The Flaming Tempest Brotherhood. There is another picture which I'll show you in just a second, but he says here, just as I was nearing the end of my Lumineth project, GW released the dragons Krondis, Karazai, and the Stormdrake Guard. Wow, weren't they awesome models? But control yourself, Dave. You've still got those lovely Lumineth to paint. Then some guy on YouTube released a video showing how to do an awesome job of painting them using contrast paints, and he made it look so easy. I couldn't resist any longer, so went out and bought Krondis. Followed the instructions on how to paint it, nervously at first, then really enjoying it, and amazed myself at how well it came out. I was hooked. A Knight Draconis and some Stormdrake Guard were next, thanks again to Josh's videos, and then I obviously needed an army to go with them, and the rest is history. So here are the Stormcast Flaming Tempest Brotherhood. You've seen all of them individually on Tale, but they sure look good all together. The Flaming Tempest Brotherhood are a band of elite warriors, veterans one and all. They are led by a triumvirate of lords, each an expert in their own art. Many of the leaders have a particular affinity with beasts of war and will ride their trusted mounts into battle. The sole purpose of the Brotherhood is to come to the aid of fellow Stormcast Eternals warriors in their hour of need, whether this involves defending a position or carrying out a swift vanguard strike in advance of reinforcements. The display represents a ruined stronghold in the mountains that the Brotherhood have taken over in order to improve its defences against the local savages. Lord Arcanum Prometheus Firestaff has used his magic powers to rend a lava-filled chasm around the stronghold. There's so much going on in both of these displays that it's difficult to fully convey in photos. I'm sure that's the same for others as well, so maybe we'll get a chance to see each other's work in real life and a Warhipster Fest sometime soon. So there you are, 18 months worth of work painting inspired by you and the Warhipster community. I've really enjoyed it, and it's been a great help to get me through some tough times, which are now thankfully much improved. Thanks for everything you do for the community and hobby in general, and thanks to all the other Warhipster fans for their help and encouragement. Well, Dave, all I can say is whatever effect that I have had on you in a positive way, it comes back the same way. Like seeing all of your work, everybody here, seeing all of your work, chatting with all of you, getting to share this stuff that you send through, it touches me so deeply, and I love being able to do this, and it's because of all of you guys that I get to do this. And looking at your models, I mean, I'm just going to show the final picture in Dave's series because there's the whole lot together on the board.
It's just amazing. Like,
yeah, it has a profound effect on me.
Look at the flame thing, like a dragon shot the ground with fire.
It's the lava thing that the Lord Prometheus Fireborn. So I can't remember exactly what his name was. Staff. There we go. I'm gonna call him Pro or Prom for short. He has summoned the lava to be a defense for the stronghold. The whole thing's amazing. I mean, first of all, props to you for just having the room in your house to make these display boards, Dave. Because the display, like, leaving aside the amazing bloody paint job, but obviously we've seen the individual models of these close up, and I think every single week we've consistently said, the white, purple, gold that you did on the majority of the Stormcast models is amazing. The dragons obviously are fantastic. There were people in the chat saying, the green one, the green one is almost luminous. Like it's beautiful, right? The way it's done. All that aside, just ignore all of the painting for a second on the models. The terrain, the ruined fortress and the display board is genuinely fantastic.
So nice.
It looks like a display you would see in a GW store. or at Warhammer World, like a display with the ruins, and then you've arranged the models, and the fact you've also gone to the effort of doing a full story behind why it looks like it does, what who is there, what's going on, is just a testament to your dedication to the hobby and your love for it. And that's fantastic. That's one of the best things about doing Tale of Many Warhipsters, as well as hanging out with these two reprobates and getting to look at awesome models and talk about them all the time, which I can do for hours. Right? It's just seeing the dedication, the effort that you, Dave, and everybody else who's watching tonight, and everybody else who's submitted something, and even if you haven't submitted, if you've just been following along at home, all of the dedication and effort that you guys put in to mirror what Josh said is brilliant. It's inspiring, and I love it, and that's why season 2 is definitely happening.
I've just seen Dry Brush 3, but I've just seen Mike said that display board takes the hish, which I didn't give enough appreciation to at the time because I missed that message, but I've just seen it because it was in amongst all of the sex finders.
Yeah, I was trying to remove the sex finders. They're going to have to find the sex elsewhere.
Yeah, no, bravo, Dave, says Vilka Error, and I could not agree more. I echo that sentiment.
Yeah.
You've just done an amazing job on firstly, I mean, it's huge plus points because you're painting my favourite Age of Sigmar army, or indeed my favourite army in the whole of Warhammer. But just honestly, you're a fantastic painter, and it's a joy to look at your work. It's great. It's great. It's a joy to do this for everybody. And speaking of it being a joy to do things, he turned up a little bit late. He's finally here, Mr. Biltong Boob. You're up next, so just in time for your section, sir.
He gets 2 seconds per slide.
Yeah, okay. So so he did this, and this.
All right, here we go. 5 out of 10. Move on.
Cheers. Wait, let's go.
So,
I kind of don't want to. I want to wait for his response.
Pretty gone, mate. He's gone.
Yeah.
he's just been like, yeah, great, cool. Wow, what a
What
year.
a
Cheers,
year.
bye.
Hey, thanks, bye.
Thanks, bye. No. Of course we will give him his due, the correct amount of time. Here we have Mr. Biltong Boob with the Praetorian Trading Company and others. So, first off, he got the assignment with his spoopy entry. We have a truly disturbing Necron Royal Warden.
Yeah, that's terrifying. What is wrong with you?
Oh, mate,
That is grim.
You've got red on you.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, he's got the old flare virus, hasn't he? Look at that.
I don't even know how
See
you
with
did
that-
that.
It's either that or he's taken inspiration from Lady Gaga with that meat dress for a few years ago. Probably aging me, that one.
I remember that.
That's fabulous, mate.
Are we going to play Spot the Kit Bash again?
Yeah, we can do that. That looks
He's
like
got every Necron gun stuck together.
It looks like. Well, the bit on the side of the Royal Warden, it looks like it's a banner pole from something, but I could be completely wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say that's definitely some additions to his gun there to make it a bit more scary.
Yeah, I genuinely opened it. I was downloading all the pictures, putting the pack together today, and I opened up Discord, and then I was looking at all of his pictures, and he messaged me exactly as I was looking at this picture, and I was like, oh God, like it was disturbing on a couple of different levels.
Yeah, it's like he's just put chicken skin on it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
A to the 40k homeboy in chat has said it puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the gauss again, which is fantastic. And Bannerpole is incorrect, Josh.
He says Bannerpole is correct.
Oh, sorry. Whoops. Sorry. Hang on. Let me just... Bannerpole's correct, Josh.
There we go. How did you do the skin? Is it green stuff? Did you use... What did you do there?
Chicken?
I just used actual skin, Joshua. I just used actual skin. Lotioned and harvested from the finest sources.
Skin from his foot.
God, that'd be dedication to flayed ones, wouldn't it? Where's all this really realistic-looking skin from, and why are your shoes bleeding?
Actually, just made myself
Dead
feel
Wally.
saying that.
That's like the
There is no
family.
connection.
That's like the
Green
Family
stuff
Guy
indeed.
clip, isn't it? It's wow, a human thumb. Where did you get it? eBay.
Is this your new Necron army then, Mr. Boob? You're gonna have a whole army like this?
Spoopy Necrons.
Because I think you would probably get escorted off a premises if you brought this to a tournament.
Yeah. I will say, Mr. Boob, and this is when I say this, it's a compliment, which is that this model makes me sick.
Yeah.
In all of the right ways. I think it's very good.
In all of the
Yeah,
good
It's
ways.
just like it's the purple as well. It's like the dark red to purple color. It's like bruised flesh.
Yeah. It's
Very
yeah.
well done.
we
It's
have
a very, very unique skill you have there.
yeah.
Moisturize me.
We have some more stuff. So we have this guy.
Oh yeah, love this.
Oh, he's a bad man. Look at that.
Oh yeah, he's decorated. 3 medals for something.
We could make a joke about
standing in line to get the medal, applying for the medal, and receiving the medal. There are medals for those.
Medals for medals.
I love the
He's like
color
one of
of
those. He's
the...
like one of those North Korean generals who hasn't been to war in 60 years, but has all of the medals down his jacket.
It is gorgeous. I love this.
Yeah, the color of the coat is amazing.
Yeah,
The
purple.
rich
It's a nice
purple.
color.
The purple's
And with
gorgeous.
the haircut and having the plasma gun under one arm as well reminds me quite a lot of, and I don't know if Mr. Boob was going for this, but it reminds me of Gary Oldman's character in The Fifth Element. I can't remember his name, but he plays the guy who's like the evil corporate boss, and he has that he's bald down one side and he has like the hair slicked over on the other, exactly like this model.
He also has an enormous firearm in that as well.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So that's why, because he's got the plasma gun as well. Yeah, multipass. Yeah, Zorg, that is it, yeah. I can't remember his first name, but he's called Zorg.
No,
And he's the head of an
fantastic.
evil corporation, so maybe if Mr. Boob, if he's not called Zorg, maybe this chappie could be called Zorg.
He's the head of the Praetorian Trading Company.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be fitting, right, to carry a plasma gun and a hotshot las pistol.
Yeah.
That's excellent stuff. We got another slide. This one took my breath away. So here we go.
Oh.
Is this a Bane Blade?
it certainly is. It's pretty much all of it.
Talk. There we go. Watkins come through with the either googling or excellent knowledge of the Fifth Element, which is Jean Baptiste Zorg. Fantastic name.
So he says there's a breakdown of what here we've got. So there is there's some we've got the objective markers with the Rin's World banner. We've got battle plans on cargo crate, Imperial Commander's trunk, Fallen Guardsman Memorial. Then recently finished Master at Arms. Oh, he's Master at Arms with plasma and pistol, proxy for officer. 3 kit bash. So in here we've got 3 kit bash psychers. We've got 3 some glorious rogue traders. We'll see how we can fit them on the tabletop with actual rogue trader rules. 2 armies on show. The mighty PTC, missing the Necromunda kit bashes that we saw at the halfway point in Tales. So he just worked on another 95 scions instead.
As you do.
So here's all the PTC, and we've seen all of this over the coming, and we've seen a lot of this, I should say, over the previous months. But oh man, your army just—I mean, it was quite the pictures that you've sent, Mr. Boob, and it goes the same for the next slide as well. So for everybody who's excited for the next one, because you should be, they've been like looking at snapshots or little parts of the jigsaw piece, and each unit has been, wonderful to look at. But seeing the whole thing assembled like this, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's cool. Really cool.
It's absolutely
It is awesome.
fantastic.
It's fab. Yeah.
Like I love all of the Ogryns over on the
Yeah.
left. And we've seen all of them before, but again, seeing it like alongside 95 Scions, it's just
A lot of firepower.
It's about as many. It's about as many Scions as you need if you are going to trade in 41st Millennium.
yeah.
And also, just the Baneblade makes everything better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is it a shadow sword?
Yeah.
I think it is a
I think
shadow
it
sword,
is.
but it's a big gun, isn't it?
It's a big gun.
Volcano cannon, isn't it, on a shadow sword?
It is a volcano cannon or a shadow sword. The shadow sword is a Titan hunter.
Nice.
There's quite a good bit in Fall of Cadia where Pask drives by with a squadron of shadow swords, and they just absolutely annihilate, I think, a warlord Titan. Like, there's just nothing left of it. it's quite amusing. But yeah, no, you have an incredible army here, Mr. Boob.
One thing I really like about it, and this is going to sound like a strange comment to make, but like the variety of color and the variety of scheme in it, like on some of the different, like all the models, especially on a lot of the characters, it's all very individual, but it still looks coherent.
Yeah,
it still comes together. Like, the vehicles, all the vehicles are like a slight variation on the color scheme, but in the Tauroxes, right, the 5 Tauroxes at the back, but they still come together to look like the coherent army. It's just really, really well done. It just shows a great use of color, and obviously the kit bashing. I mean, your kit bashing is fantastic, Mr. Boob. So yeah, no, really, really cool.
Yeah, 100%. I love it. I love it so much. As mentioned, there is the second army. Here it is, the Crusade itself. And again, this is what I'm talking about, those kind of snapshots of the jigsaw puzzle pieces that we've seen. We've not seen his entire Templars. At least I haven't, and seeing them assembled like this, it's just beautiful. It's so nice. So
yeah, it's
nice.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
I love it.
I love the angle of the bikes.
Yeah, the bikes driving along.
Proper, yeah.
It's very, very, very cool.
You're also bloody talented. I love it.
Yeah, they are. They are really good. Really, really good.
Oh, they're cool.
Yeah.
You know what model I think so really underrated? I do like a Hellblaster. Hellblasters are just really cool. The idea of them, they're just mental.
I know. I love the way you said that. Like you're like, I don't know, like an older lady at a coffee morning, telling us about the cake she liked. You know what I love? You know what I think is really underappreciated? I really love a good Hellblaster. You just don't hear much about these days, but I do love a good Hellblaster. I think they're lovely. I think they're lovely, Gene. And people might not agree with me, but I think they're really lovely.
It's true though.
Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
I do love this game.
Oh dear. Well, you say that, Diana, but I myself am partial to a good Crusade squad.
Do you know what I've done? Because I've realised, I haven't faced in a long time at a tabletop tournament a black armoured Space Marine army.
Mm.
It has been a long time.
Really? I feel like the only armies I've faced lately of Space Marines have been Black Templars.
I mean, I played black. Well, you mean black. You mean Black Templars in black, right?
Yeah.
I
just mean like a black armoured army. I haven't seen it on. This is my personal experience in a long time. I've played a lot of Ultramarines. I've played some Dark Angels. I've played some Imperial Fists, and I've played a lot of homebrew schemes, and not a lot of them veer towards black armour. And I haven't seen it in a long time, and it's really lovely to look at. It's one of my favourite things. I love it.
Yeah, and and Mr. Watkins right in the chat as well. The desert bases makes the black armor really stand out. It's another good demonstration of Mr. Boob's knowledge of color and how to sort of make things work. It's just that the bases really set off the models, and then you've got all the blue detailing on the blades as well, which is really nice. So it just all comes together really nicely again.
Yeah. You should be really proud.
And Black Templars are really good. They appear to be really good.
Yeah, 100%. Right, thank you, Mr. Boob, for sharing all of that. You've been incredibly productive.
Yeah, 12 play guard. I agree with you, Mr. Boob.
Yeah, okay. It's just 6 shy of 18, right? So get on with it.
Yeah, you need another 12.
Where's the effort?
Where's the effort? Right, moving on. We have the Knight of Zen.
Oh,
Here he
Venturous,
is.
love it.
Now he's got a very exciting family photo, which I'll show you very shortly. But so it says, to start off my entry this month, here's my take on Uriel Ventress. As you can probably tell, I followed your tutorial, which was a great help. But for the main event, do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, he did that, not me.
Oh. I see what you did there.
I appreciated the joke a lot. Because he wrote, for the main event, spelled M-A-N-E, and then put brackets, ha ha. I filled that in because I did laugh out loud, and I was very proud of the fact that I did that. We have more Desert Lions. So here's Mwamba, a repulsor battle tank to give the Pride some heavy support. It completes the 2K list that he set out to do all those moons ago. And there is a family photo of Strike Force Fisi in all of their glory, but I shall show you that in just a moment, because behold, Uriel Ventress and Repulsor Mwamba.
I do love Ventress, and it's a very beautiful
I'd
model.
say you're a huge fan of Ventress, aren't you?
Yeah, I do like. Yeah, he's my favourite, probably Ultramarine.
No, he looks really good here.
That looks class.
Yeah.
See, do you know what the funniest thing is? To me, he looks like he's a bigger scale, and it's a testament to the way the paint job, how good the paint job is. I don't know why, but to me, he looks like he's, funny enough, Josh and I were looking at a painted Gilliman, the 30k one, last night. And to me, I'm looking at that and I'm like, is that Ventress the same kind of scale as that Gilliman? Rather than knowing
because
that
Ventress has a certain type of gravitas about him, so I think that's what it is.
And the paint job. The paint job gives it life.
It is it is the paint job, definitely.
No, it's definitely
the
paint job.
highlighting as well.
Yeah.
I like the lightning on
cool.
on the lightning on the power sword as well. Big fan.
And his face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
No, 100%. It's a great job. It's great work, Simon. The Repulsor, though, look at that.
Yeah, our Pulsar's just, they're sit models. They're so cool.
So clean again, like that cream and white scheme. It's not easy to get that looking that clean, and the fact he's done it on, a big boxy model like a Repulsor, but also, just across the army generally, it's very impressive.
Would you like to see it across the army generally?
I think I really would.
tease.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on then.
I'll show you it across the army generally. There we are, 2,000 points of the Desert Lions.
I love it.
There.
More Hellblasters.
More Hellblasters.
Well, Hellblasters, Julie. Oh, I don't mind if I do. They're really they look really cool. I'm seeing these come together over the course of Tale of Many Warhipsters, as with everybody else's entries, been fantastic. Really nice. I think we said, I think in the very first submission, if you watch back, and the comment we make is like, oh man, that's a really cool scheme. I can't wait to see that when it's across an army. Well, here it is. Predictably, Strike Force VC looks amazing.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous colour scheme. It's a gorgeous army.
And again, another one you don't see very often. That sand base desert space marines. You really only get the desert colour on the Talon?
Yeah.
The Guard?
Yeah. Those sandcrons were popular for a while, weren't they? The necrons.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it feels really good on Space Marines. It feels really tactical.
Yeah. No, definitely. It looks awesome. And again, the white is so clean as well on all of the shoulder pads, the helmets, the detailing on the vehicles as well. It's just lovely. One thing I will say I really like, and I don't know how he's done it, and I don't know whether it's just like a stencil on an airbrush or something, but the fact that the Desert Lions logo on their symbol on the vehicles, especially on the Repulsor, I mean it is on the others as well, but I think particularly on the Repulsor, it looks like it's been spray canned on to me. I don't know, it has that soft edge to the decal where it looks almost like it's it's got that, I don't know what the correct word is, but when something's spray painted like a graffiti on a wall, right, or anything, it has that like soft edge to it where it kind of fades out. It doesn't have like a clean line necessarily unless they like edged it. It looks to me like that, like it has that little bit of fade out. I really, really like that.
Yeah. No, it's really awesome. I love it. Oh, they got held for review. Stenciled, says Andrew. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
God, we're getting all the bots tonight in the chat. No,
yeah, I know, man.
You've done a... oh, you've put pass36.fun in timeout.
I thought pass36.fun could use some time to think about what it's doing with it.
I was going to do that to Mr. Boob earlier because he made a funny comment to me.
Yeah, Andrew says stenciled, and yeah, this is what I imagine. Is it stenciled? Like, I don't know how he's done it. I assume he might have done, but it just looks to me like that. I'm probably just an idiot, and it's just a decal, but it just has that effect.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, if it is painted on or stenciled on, and to me it looks like a decal. Like if it is that's amazing, and if it also has, he's also done that effect with a decal, also amazing.
Yeah, either way, it's really well done.
Yeah, win-win.
No, it's beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Thank you very much, Simon. We have the next of our Space Marine fans.
Let's see who I think it is.
It's exactly who you think it is. It's Chewy. It's Mr. Stephen Allen himself. So he goes, "Hey guys, we made it. Episode 12 of the Tale. Let's get right into it. My first entry, it seems so long ago, was 5 Assault Intercessors for my new custom chapter. So what better way to end than another 5 Assault Intercessors? I've been mixing up the arms in an attempt to avoid lots of identically posed models, but I had so many of these push-fit models from Indomitus in the Imperial magazine, so there's nothing for it but to build another 10 as veteran intercessors." So I'll show you those in just a moment, but here we have 5 Assault Intercessors for the Knights of Macha. There they are, looking glorious in their orange and white.
Yeah, glorious is the word.
Glorious is definitely the word.
Yeah. And I love the one with the grenade. That's a cool model.
Absolutely, you bastard.
Get your lips around.
Frag out.
Yeah.
No, it's gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. I always look forward to this section of the PowerPoint. I'll show you the veteran intercessors because here we have them.
Oh,
I love it.
Oh, look at the beaky.
Yeah, that's
cool.
That's very cool.
That's 10 out of 10 right there.
And the differentiation by using the white shoulder pads on these guys is very good,
class.
very nice.
Yes.
Very good, very nice.
How you get such a clean white is amazing. How do you do that? I don't know.
Well, if he's still here in the chat, let us know how you get that clean white to help Reza out. There's the other 5 of the 10 veteran intercessors.
Yeah, that's lovely.
There they are. They're glorious. They're wonderful. I love it.
It's actually a shine. Yeah.
What was that?
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, there's another guy with a grenade, but like the pauldrons have an actual shine.
Yeah,
they're really good.
But the main event,
that
we're all looking forward to, is the family photo, which I shall unleash upon your eyeballs right now because it is a beautiful sight to behold. Here it is.
Do it.
Oh wow! Look at that! Oh, that's so cool.
Oh,
that looks so good. Oh, geez, you should be so proud of yourself, man. That looks fantastic.
And with the background, it looks like they're walking away from like a cool explosion.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. What else did I say? We said it throughout. We were looking forward to seeing this all together. It's really good. I love the fact you've got the full decals up, even gone for the various, the roll markings as well on them. That I love a good decal, but rarely do I extend to actually getting the full, assault, etc. markers on there. They just look fantastic, really, really good. And the little flashes of blue on the cloaks, really, really helps again sort of differentiate the command or the blade guard, the real sort of veteran guys. And then the fact you've got the what's he called, the librarian, in the traditional blue armor as well. It's just really, really nice.
Yeah, I agree. It really adds something.
And birds, there's birds in there, which is really good.
Bird.
Just to clarify that there are birds and there are also bolt guns in there, Adam.
Yeah. So do you know what the difference is this time? I'm looking at it I've got my laptop screen here, which I don't know why, but on the Discord, which we used to do this, sometimes it does go a bit fuzzy. But I have YouTube open, which is why I must look weird because I'm constantly looking up like this on the camera, so I can see it in full glorious HD. So I will no longer confuse birds for bolt guns. But frankly, if you have a tactical bird, maybe the bird's got a bolt gun. Who knows?
Yeah.
So
that's the next step for Space Marines. It's replacing the babies
Chewy's
with birds.
Right. You can mock all you like, but Chewy is 100% correct. Bird is the word.
Mikey says, seeing everyone's wicked armies together made me wish I did it with mine. If you want to go and quickly take a picture of your army, Mikey, and send it to me, I will put it on the stream 100%. If you've got the ability or the capacity to do that, I will 100% do that. If not, send it to me and I'll do what I was going to do. But I'll tell
Probably
you
give me a nightmare of the grotesqueness of all your stuff.
But yeah, no, just behold the wonderful Knights of Maha in all of their glory. I love the. Oh no, that would take too long. Well, okay, so if you send if you do take some pictures, Mikey, do send them to me because I am gonna share them. But I'll tell you about that in a little bit once we got to the end. But yeah, there we go. I love this army. I love both your armies. I might start a petition, or I might chat to someone at Games Workshop about trying to force both this army and the Desert Lions into the next Codex Space Marines.
Ooh,
because who cares about the Silver Skulls or whatever they were called? The ones that were in the last one, the Iron Snakes or whatever they were. I think these armies absolutely. Send them to me on Instagram. Rich, if you send me yours on Instagram as well, don't worry, I'll get it all shared in one way or another.
No, he has to send them via boat.
You have to post them to me. I want.
So if you had a bird, you could do a carrier pigeon. So this is why birds are useful again.
And if you had a bolt gun, not to be confused with a bird, you could load them and then fire them.
If you had a big enough caliber gun, you could fire the bird, give it a boost.
But no, glorious army. But this is not all that Chewy has sent us. I say this is not all. This is just an amazing achievement to have this and to have this glorious army. But he says it's safe to say none of what you see here would exist without this channel and you guys and you, Chewy. You did it. The feedback and inspiration you have given me over the last year is in every model and every customization. I don't think I can express how much I've enjoyed being a part of this tale and how much I've appreciated all your support along the way. Again, same as what I said to Dave. Like, it goes back. I mirror that to you. Like, your support over the last year has been amazing. Just being part of this and engaging with us on this, and we all enjoy seeing all of this stuff, right? So it is a treat. You're treating us as much as you're taking inspiration from what we say. I get so fired up watching this stuff. I'm sure it's the same for Adam and Rich.
No, 1,000%, yeah.
I think, it's what I said earlier when we were looking at the Might of Emetrica. It's just so inspirational to see the effort you guys put in. Really is. It really, really, really is.
He also says, when I started this army, my aim was to make more use of my airbrush to improve my confidence, and I've definitely achieved that. In recent months, I've been using contrast paints through it and really love how well they work. With that in mind, let me introduce you the test models for my next project. So
okay.
We have we have the 1,000 Suns.
Hey! Well, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of 1,000 Suns straight away.
Oh wow, they look amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
We have, he says, my Mr. Zangor's skin was based using several different colours from different angles to create some nice transitions. Perhaps too subtle for the camera, but no, I can see them. You can see them on the neck and on the legs. Perhaps
The armpit.
in the armpit. Yeah, my Mr. Rubric was based with Vallejo gunmetal, given a zenithal highlight of Vallejo silver, then hit with Frostheart all over to achieve the blue armor. I delayed starting my Thousand Suns army over a year ago to focus on the Knights of Macha, and I'm so glad I did, because I wouldn't have come up with this recipe, and they certainly wouldn't have looked as good.
Yeah, I really.
They look so cool.
Yeah, really like it. Really, really like it.
I didn't even realise that the Thousand Sun bolters had the patterns on it like that. That's really cool.
So they have little runes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm sure you can tell us in the chat how he picked those out. So I do mine with what's it called? This stuff. Tesseract Glow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that's really cool.
But yeah, no, they're really cool, and the Thousand Suns are a very difficult army to paint because of the amount of gold trim, and Chewy has done an amazing job on this. It's so clean, it's really nice.
Yeah, 100%. The Zangor looks amazing. I again, not to disparage your work on the Rubric Marine, I love the Zangor. A really big fan of that Zangor.
It's so smooth.
Yeah.
So he's painting gold trim for the next 5 years in chat. Yeah, basically, mate. Yeah, that's what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
No.
Whatever you do, don't go from Thousand Suns to Black Legion, because it's the same deal.
Yeah, that's true. But that has, again, as somebody who's done both, Black Legion, the trim pattern is much more straightforward. Yeah. Trust me, when you're like, I will warn you now, and I'm sure if anyone can pull it off, you can pull it off, Chewy, because these are beautiful. But when you're on your like 20th Scarab Occult Terminator or Rubric Marine, and you're filling in the trim on their on their chest plate with all its little bits sticking out, the bits that look like fire and stuff, you're just gonna go, why? Why am I doing this?
Yeah. No, you've done a phenomenal job on those. I really like them as test schemes. You've nailed it.
Test schemes, you've 10 out of 10 to 2 models.
Exactly. He says, finally, there's one more.
There's more.
Finally, I invite you all to play Michael Jackson's Thriller in your head for this final image.
Yes.
So with just over 1 week to submission deadline, I didn't have anything spooky planned for this entry until the guy at my friendly local gaming store, who has been trying to get me into Blood Bowl for months, offered me a discounted box of shambling undead. It felt like fate, so I present my first team, the Newton Heath Horrors.
They're brilliant. That's yeah. And you just give me an idea for what I'm going to do for my Blood Bowl team bases.
They do, honestly, they look like they're doing, like with the poses on some of them, they look like they're doing the Thriller.
Yeah. And then the right colour clothes as well, because Jackson wore the red.
With the red jacket, man, that's really cool. Nice one, Chewy. I'm really glad people have done the spooky entries as well. This is really fun. And they look great, inevitably they look great.
It's close to kick off. Oh man!
Before some reason we've gone to VAR.
Oh wow, that's so good.
They're amazing.
Blood Bowl is really cool.
Yeah, Blood Bowl. You know what? I've again, Blood Bowl is another system. I've actually played a game. I've not played a game, but I have played a game of Blood Bowl with a friend of mine in Canada who is has got into miniatures as a Blood Bowl enthusiast. And it was great fun. And I've heard nothing but good things from other people who play it. So yeah, it seems like a very good time to get into it. I think your friend at your friendly local gaming store is 100% correct.
Yeah, I really want to pick up the Amazon Harpies.
I've got the humans. With little
the Reichland Reavers, is that what they're called?
Yeah. I'm gonna paint them as my rugby team.
You should.
And they're the ones with they have like big feathers in their hats and stuff. Or is that the nobles?
That's the.
I think that's
the
nobles, yeah.
That's the Ventrilian noble. Not Ventrilian nobles. It's just the nobles. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like these guys.
Absolutely.
I also like how
fantastic.
I also like how you've done the different because obviously there are like a couple of repeat models, and I like the way you've done both with the posing and with the color schemes to make them to really differentiate them. So like the two guys on the one green dude at the back, and the like grey skinned horrible zombie guy on the far right as I'm looking at it. Obviously the same model, but really, really nicely done to make him look a bit different. I really
I
like
didn't even notice they were repeat models. So
yeah, well, exactly. It's
That's
only when I was
amazing,
like,
yeah.
it's only when I'm like staring at it for a while, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, but yeah, no, they look awesome, man. They're really, really good.
No, 100%. 100%. Well done. Very good work. Right, next up we have Mikey's Wargaming with the Cult of Swift Deception. He painted up these Reavers? Yes, Reavers. Yeah.
Reavers, yeah.
Reaver jet bikes. And this is what I was saying earlier when he dropped into the chat. Those helmets, they look like... as soon as I saw them, I was like, they look like jelly beans and I could eat them.
They do.
It's so true.
They do, yeah, they do look like jelly. You know, they
In a
remind
good
me
way.
of,
In a good way.
what
Not
was-
Maybe they are jelly beans.
There was some video game, I swear to God, there was some video game where like the protagonist had like a yellow helmet and it looked like that. I can't remember which one I'm thinking of, but there's one where it's like it looks like that. They just look fantastic.
It's
I
gorgeous.
know what you're thinking about. I can't remember what it is.
I think it's just because
Oh,
you've got
Christ. It's not
the
Crisis,
texture
is
on
it?
it so well.
Yes, yeah.
And the patterning.
It's Haze. The game called Haze, I think.
Yes. Yeah, probably.
But yes, the patterning on the bikes itself, you've always get this on point, Mikey, but like it's just so crisp on these. Your army's fantastic.
Yeah.
It is, and
beautiful.
The yellow patterning on the bikes as well as also on, we saw it previously on the Raider, I think it was. Really, really nice. Really, really good. Manages to look both clean and like, still damaged as it's been, or like painted on at the same time, which is really, really, really cool.
Yeah. You just get you paint Drakari so damn well. It's almost filthy.
Tell you what is filthy, the little sword spike thing on the bottom of the bike.
Yeah, the blades.
Yeah.
Are they called blade veins? Is that what they're called?
Blade veins, yeah, and they've been chopping through some people by the look of it.
Oh yeah.
Except one guy, his is very clean.
That's just gorgeous.
It is really nice.
If you send me your full army pictures, mate, honestly, like, oh, I can't cope with how talented everyone is.
Yeah, stop it, all of you. You're making this look bad.
Yeah. No, it's
Behave
great.
yourselves.
It's absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to see what your I've realised a lot of my feedback sounds like get on with it. I can't wait to see your next project.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm always excited by seeing when people are seeing talented people paint something they're very talented at. I then go, all right, I want to see you paint. I want to see you paint Mega Gargants. I want to see you paint Imperial Knights. I want to see you paint this and that and this and that and this and that. And it's just like, but
make everything get bigger.
Yeah. But like, also just like, I just want to see all of you guys doing loads of stuff because it's just amazing. It's just so much talent. It's almost like we are the Galacticos of Warhammer painting. It's a little football reference there because it's just endless talent, buckets of talent all over the place.
I am Jose Mourinho.
I am Jose Mourinho.
The special one.
No, there are no special ones here. We are the
I was going to say, yeah.
we are the special we.
No, we are together the special one.
That's good point. The tale of many specials. No, that's amazing work, Mikey. Seriously. I've just noticed the time, so we have to kind of speed up a little bit. But next up, we have Mr. Vilka Era, who is in the chat. He joined us partway through with his armies. So he says Chapter 12. We did it, baby. Where do I start? What an experience. And I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm very glad. Let me start off by saying thank you to Josh, Adam and Rich and all the special guests who helped along the way. You guys have given me the wanted push I needed to jumpstart my hobby journey, and I can't thank you enough. I hope you all know that we appreciate all you do and know the hard work that you guys put in behind the scenes. I am in awe of this tiny slice of the community, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. To all my other Tales friends, it has been a pleasure watching your minis and massive progression along the way. Regrettably, I have been absent the past few Tales and have missed the buzz coming up to the release date of the next episode, but I've been working behind the scenes. My first completed army was my wolves, and here they are. And you remember when these first crashed onto the Tale of Many Warhipsters scene?
Yeah.
But behold them now, in all their glory.
Oh, they're fabulous, mate. They just are fabulous. I will say, stop being so bloody nice. A lot of you, it's very, very emotional. But you're all being so nice about us, and about the community. It's wonderful. It's very heartwarming. On this windy, stormy night. But yeah, no, these wolves are gorgeous. I love them. I love how. I mean, I was going to say how wolfy they look, but that sounds like I'm just like trying to fob you off with a random word. I'm not. They look. You know what it is? They look like rich and warm, and like all the fur looks like real fur.
They have so much flavour.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to describe. I don't know how.
It's like with the normal Space Wolf model. Sometimes they can just look like Space Marines that are Space Wolves, but these look like Space Wolves, which sounds really weird to say. You know what I mean? But it's
They look very Viking, right?
Yeah.
Very Viking,
it.
And I don't just mean that in the models, obviously, but it's the addition of the way the colours are so warm throughout, like all of the bright colours. But then you've got the muted grey on the armour, like the browns, the greys on the fur looks really good. The red hair, or the orange hair, right? The red heads, and then all the individual like little round shields as well with all the detailing on them.
Yeah,
it just looks. You know what it looks like to me, and again, this is going to sound like something that's not a compliment, but definitely is. It looks like an old Hammer Space Wolves army, or at least what I imagine an old Hammer Space Wolves army to look like.
I can see that. Yeah.
Like do you see what I'm getting at? Like that kind of maybe like late 90s, early 2000s painting style of like lots of rich color, lots of bright colors, but yet all blended together. It looks like a proper like Space Wolfy army. And the Space Wolves are a chapter that are like really popular, but I don't think they get much love necessarily. Like they seem to have a very small and dedicated band of followers, but they've kind of not got much love, I think, in the last couple of years. So to see you put this army together is absolutely fabulous, and you should be really proud of it, mate, 'cause it looks awesome.
Yeah, 100%. I echo all of that. It's a beautiful, beautiful army. Is it my favourite of the three that you've done? No.
Oh.
because we know who my favourite's going to be.
Yeah, I'll probably guess.
Yeah. Good.
It's going to be the Stormhunks.
Yeah.
Swole cast.
Look at them. Just behold them.
No, they are really cool.
Oh yeah, they got some helmets.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've already talked about the kit bashed skull helms, which are really cool. It's an army of chaplains. That's a terrifying prospect. They're really awesome. And again, you know what? Much like Mr. Dave with his purple and white and gold, this is another example of the black, the white, and the gold looks really freaking cool. And the fact the white is so damned clean. How do you do that, you bunch of painting wizards? You should be burned by the Inquisition. No, you shouldn't. It's awesome. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. And of course, on the Stormhunks, the other thing we have is the I've just taken my spear out of the forge and now I'm going to stab you in the face with it.
Like the magma weapons.
Which I really love.
Oh, I can't get enough.
We're going to stab you and melt you at the same time.
Yeah. Don't worry, if we cut the arm off, it'll cauterize, you'll be fine.
And if you're not being speared, you're being hammered in the face.
Yes, yeah. Plus, I don't know why, but Josh, forgive me, my Stormcast terminology is not good enough, but the guy in the front, the Lord, is he a Lord Celestin? Is he not? I don't know.
The Lord Imperatant.
Lord Imperatant. There, I was like halfway there. He's a different kind of Lord, right? He just looks like he's got like he's got big dick energy. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Look at him walking around with his big like pimp cloak on and his big hammer, and he's got his
weapons
like,
coming out of his ear. He's got a sword, a hammer, a whatever that is, a mace, staff
he's just
thing.
like, right, lads, let's go. He just looks awesome, and the really, again, testament to your painting style, Vilka era. The richness on the red on the like cloak detailing as well is really, really lovely and contrasts so nicely with the black and gold armor.
It was also Vilka era who introduced me to the term storm hunks, and I will forever be indebted to him for that.
Yeah,
I like it. Can I also just ask a question, which is, are these photos been taken on, I assume, a staircase? Because if so, that is like +1 use of a staircase for the model display, right? And the way you've done it is brilliant.
I think it is.
Do you see what I mean?
No,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure. I'm pretty sure that's a staircase, and he's done some photoshopping to kind of soften the edges. But that is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Because I was like, where do I put all my Tyranids? Oh, they'll have to go on the kitchen worktop because I don't have any other room for them. But this, clever, multi-level display board in your own home.
That would have been quite amusing for you to do that in your building.
Yeah, just on the stairs, someone trying to walk past, like, what the hell are all these? I'll be like,
these are my
don't
army.
Yeah, don't ask questions. Just walk on.
Cardboard
Which, you know,
boxes on white paper used Photoshop
in South
to
London,
soften
when
it.
someone says don't ask questions, just walk on, you walk on.
He's
Oh,
answered
cardboard
your
boxes
question.
of white paper.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
He has a third army, which we haven't seen.
Oh,
Oh,
I like surprises.
yeah.
Oh, hello.
Behold. The Death Guard.
Glory-
the seventh
Glory
themselves.
to the grandfather. Glory to the grandfather.
Now, I would just draw attention.
Look at the
ladies and
fucking
gentlemen.
rhino. That's mental.
Yeah. Yes. I would just draw attention to all three of those vehicles because the hazard striping.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
That is, and it's not just hazard striping. It's hazard striping with spikes on it. It looks like
Yeah.
vines.
Yeah. How did you do that? Excuse me. That's just taking the biscuit.
Oof.
Oh,
Also-
taking the hish, as we said earlier.
Oh yeah. Stop taking the hish. Also, the kit bashing as well on it is fantastic because there's like tentacles and stuff coming out of the vehicles. You got the mouth on the rhino. The green. Can we talk about the green for a second?
Yeah.
Can we maybe address the green because that is a wonderfully vibrant Death Guard color scheme. That's lovely.
I'm just yeah. This is
Again, this is it's old hammer, right? I think I've nailed it, right? Your stuff, Vilka era, in all the right ways, reminds me of the kind of Warhammer artwork I looked at when I was a kid, that got me into the hobby, right? Remember that period, mostly through the 90s, where they had like everything was kind of bright and it was like rich, warm color. Like they didn't really do the kind of more, what I would say is more like realistically muted schemes. Like everything was really vibrant. And these Death Guard, your Space Wolves, and your Storm Hunks as well, are all in that category, and it's lovely. It's genuinely lovely.
I just really want to know how he did the hazard stripes.
Even Typhus's base is just fantastic.
I think it's stunned silence.
Oh, I just don't know what to say. I'm annoyed and amazed
I
at
mean,
the same time.
how did you do the green? A to the 40k homeboys asked the question, like, if you don't mind us asking, Vilka, but how did you do the green? Because
I don't care about minding. You need to tell us how you painted all of the models, every bit of it. You tell me now.
Well, see what I did, fellas, is I painted it with paint and a brush.
Yeah.
Oh, you genius. That's why I'm going wrong up and you say my fingers.
Oh, I followed the German expressionist method, which is I mix the paint in my mouth and then I just sort of dribble it onto the model. It's a very
that rhino is
nogly
disturbing.
nogly way
I
to do it.
agree.
The rhino's great. The rhino's
brilliant.
great.
It's
I love
brilliant.
it.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. We're gonna have to move on because time is getting
Time
short.
is flying. We're gonna be here for a while.
But Mr. Era, Mr. Nocta, I should say, if you could drop your answers to the questions in the chat, I'm sure Rich and Adam would be very, very pleased. So, next up we have Fleroy Brown. We have Brendan himself. He gave us some Blood Angels. It's another appearance from the 9th Legion here. He says, hope you're well. Nice to be back on the paintbrushes. And he's also wished me a happy birthday for last month. Thank you very much, Brendan. And I did have a wonderful day. It's been Blood Angels, including some weathering and some edge highlighting. My tutorials do a fantastic job of making both accessible.
Class.
Still lots to improve on. I can't see where you need to improve, my friend, because you've done some amazing work here. We have Captain Carlane, and we have a number of Assault Intercessors, as well as some regular Intercessors. There they are.
Yeah.
Aren't they lovely?
I just love that red. It's like the candy red from earlier. It looks really nice.
Yeah.
And the chipping on it is really good. Like you've just done the right amount of chipping, or like battle damage, or wear.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they're great. I'm such a fan.
I really like. I really like the Terminator Captain as well. It's just such a classic Blood Angel model.
It is Carlane, isn't it? I think it's just called the Blood Angels Terminator Captain now, but it was Captain Carlane when it was released.
You don't see a lot of green purity seals, but I really like it.
Do you know? I think that is actually meant to be the proper color that you paint Blood Angels purity seals.
Okay.
I think that is what you're supposed to do. I haven't, but I think that is what you're supposed to do. I'm just looking in my cabinet. Yeah. No, I mean, I think I probably got it wrong, but they look amazing. I'm really, really, really excited. It made me want to paint Blood Angels because I haven't painted a Blood Angel in ages. Not since Raldoron. Not Raldoron.
I did that captain that's doing the weird pose.
Yeah. Behold my stuff.
Yeah.
No, the last one I did was Dominion Zephon, not Raldoron.
Dominion Zephon, one of the best characters in the Horus Heresy, in the late Horus Heresy, I think.
Yes, he's a great model.
Love these guys, and the weathering and the chip damage is perfect. Chef's
kiss on point.
Yeah, it's on a chainsword as well. Like it's actually been hitting into stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely. Which is always the bit that like I often find like it's something that I struggle with actually is weathering weapons.
Yeah.
Because I always just think
I can tell
it looks. Yeah, I'm right. I always think it just to my eye as I'm doing it, I'm always like, nah, it doesn't look right.
That's the thing, like with a chainsword, it doesn't actually slice like a sword, right? You're probably just being hit with like just a thing, and then it bites into you. But it's more like a bat.
Your day at the Space Marine Training Academy must have been fun. Yeah, so you just want to sort of hit them, and when you hit them, it'll be like hitting them with like a thing.
Yeah.
And regardless, you hit them with a thing.
I'm tired, okay?
No, I'm messing with you, man. Maybe you're right though.
But yeah,
it's not like a swing, like a slice. It's like a like.
Yeah.
You ever taken a carving knife to a turkey? Yeah, imagine that, but on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
And the turkey's trying to fight back, to be clear.
Yeah, it's a Helldrake.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Brendan.
Blunt force chewings and they to the point. Boy. Yeah, Rich's army, they actually turn the chainswords around and hit you with the blunt side.
Yeah.
So many of their own arms were cut off doing that.
Maximum gore.
Thank you for submitting that, Brendan. I haven't seen you for a little while in Tale of Many Warhipsters. It's wonderful to have you back for the finale. It's great stuff.
Yeah, man. Love it. Nice one, Fleroy.
So our final entry, the final picture that I'm going to show, I think is going to require me to edit the stream a little bit, but he is a newcomer in the finale, which is always nice to see. We have there we go. I knew it was going to happen. So let me just quickly.
You broke it.
Quickly, just sort this one out. 1 second. We have Victor, way with all of the necrons in the universe. So here we have a Necron Overlord. We have Rich's favourite model of all time. We have Illuminor Zeras. We have
We had a good stream, guys.
We have some plasma sites. We have a command barge. Is that what it's called?
Catscheme command barge. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a what's it called?
Plasmancer.
A Plasmancer, a Chronomancer, and a Nightbringer.
That's right.
That's a Psychomancer.
A Psychomancer, not a Chronomancer. They're the one that have got like the large square dice things.
Adam said he wanted something spooky, and the Nightbringer.
Got a Nightbringer. Yeah, we've got a Nightbringer. I mean, the whole Necron army is pretty spooky. I mean, they're a bunch of like undead space skeleton terminators who rise out of their graves when you turn up on their tomb world and try and steal their technology. So, they're pretty scary.
I'll give you that one.
I really like all of this stuff.
Big fan.
I'm a big fan. Putting it all together, it looks great.
Yeah. Like the highlighting on the command barge.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Brings out that red really well.
Yeah, and I applaud again. I applaud the patience to highlight some of those Necron vehicles, because like when I did the Silent King at the time, I was like, when I got all of the base coats on, I was like, yeah, this was easy, and then I had to do all the highlighting, and I was like, oh my goodness me.
But speaking of Silent Kings, I believe Victor has in the back of the shot of that wonderful looking, very bloody Catscheme command barge. There is, you will note, a Silent King, and his men wear men here hovering alongside him,
as well as the thing that makes bringing back models better, the reanimator.
The reanimator.
Yeah, so unless it's the big gun one.
No, I think it's a reanimator.
Yeah, it looks a bit too small.
Zarek the Silent King during the Tale of Many Warhipsters, or did you do that before the Tale of Many Warhipsters?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I think I did that. I think I did that before Tale of Many Warhipsters.
Well, I definitely didn't paint one.
I look back through my entries. I'm just going to have to change headphones because we've been enjoying for stuff for so long that my headphones are now dying. So just give me a second.
Okay.
But and also the fact you've painted the Lumineth Zerath and he's glued together properly, you deserve a medal anyway, because that's the hardest thing to do in the hobby.
Rich really doesn't like that model. It's only
resin's easier to glue together than that model.
No.
So I'm going like full gamer girl with these headphones. But yes, no, the Illuminor Zeras. Rich has some strong feelings about Illuminor Zeras. Also, my headphones now match your command barge. I'm rather happy with this. It's all very coordinated.
Undead.
I will say, and I don't know, Victor, maybe you can let us know in the chat. Like, are you running your Necrons as what's the smashy ones? What are they called? What's the smashy dynasty, Rich? Come on, you know it.
The Smashy Khan dynasty.
Just because I like punching things doesn't mean I know every smashy army.
They're the one that's very Novok. Yeah,
is that not the shooting one?
No, that's Mefrit, I think.
Oh, there you go. This
they're running. Yeah, no, Novok are the combat-y one, and Novok are meant to be like blood red Necrons. But
okay.
But you never see them. Like their thing is they have red shoulder pads, right? So actually, the command barge being that, if it is Novok, I mean, if it's not, fair enough, but it would go really well with a Novok army. Yeah.
Victor,
really good, Victor. Really good.
Yeah, he's done outstanding work, and he's been like powering through on the Discord, like showing a lot of work. Which
it looks like if he's got a Silent King and the stuff in the background as well.
Yeah, no. If in season 2, Victor, you're going to join in for season 2, he might give Adam a run for his money in the
productivity
stakes, because man, the guy is. It's a really high quality work being pumped out at an alarmingly fast rate. I'm very impressed. It's very good stuff, man.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Also, his hand skills to hold 3 models like that at the same time.
Yep.
Well played.
Yes.
Well played.
Yeah. I think is my camera just frozen on me.
You are frozen. Yeah.
We can still hear you though. This took me 3 weeks. Oh, Victor. 3 weeks. That's very impressive.
Yeah. Do you have a favourite Necron model, Victor? Because I don't like any of them anymore.
Has Adam just left?
No, I'm still here. You get to see yourselves backwards rather
Actually,
than.
I like the Void Dragon.
Have you turned your camera off?
No, it's my camera has turned itself off. That's the problem. So
Oh.
I'm just trying to fix that now. Just give me a second, guys.
Okay. Because if I go back to the other slide, because this is it. This was the last submission, so we are now concluding. But I won't do it until you turn your camera back on, because otherwise it's going to be a very weird thing where you're going to see me and Rich twice, because I'm currently on virtual camera.
Victor said one of his favourite models is a Lumineth Era, so I don't like him anymore. I'm joking. Start licking Void Dragon.
There we go.
And he's back.
I'm back.
There he
Sorry
is.
about that, guys.
So there we have it. Let's give me 2 seconds, because we are going to head back to our faces. Here we are. That is the end of A Tale of Many Warhipsters, Chapter 12, and also the conclusion of A Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 1. A really great way to finish that off with Victor's Necrons, and of course with everybody else's submissions. Guys, I know I said I wouldn't make you pick a favourite, and I won't, but if anybody wants to say that they had a favourite, you are more than welcome to at this point. I just want to say that my favourite thing about doing all of this is just how wonderfully close I feel to a bunch of people out there. All of you guys who have been submitting over the last year. I feel like I know you all quite well. I've made a bunch of new friends. I've made many new Warhipster friends doing this, and I'm incredibly proud of everything that everyone has done, and very proud of this as a project. Just like it's done exactly what I wanted it to do, and I'm glad that I was able to inspire some, all, many of you to get your stuff done alongside me as I was getting my stuff done, and I just feel incredibly humbled to have had so many people engaging with this project. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say a huge thank you to every single person who took part throughout this year, and I cannot wait to do season 2.
Yeah, I echo everything you said there, Josh, and I think it's been a fantastic experience. I think seeing the level of talent on display has been remarkable. I think everything we've said tonight and everything we've said over the past 16 months, I guess, but 12 episodes has been entirely true. I think it's been wonderful to see the dedication that people take to do this. Met some amazing people. Would love to hang out with you in person as well, and perhaps Warhammer Fest next year will be a good opportunity for us to get together and do that. But what I would also like to say is to you, Mr. Warhipster, Josh, thank you very much for coming up with the idea of this in the first place, and for organising it, and for inviting myself and, well, I won't presume to speak on his behalf, I assume he feels the same, Rich, on to do it with you, because it's been bloody fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's something I genuinely look forward to. It's like seeing what people pull together on this is just mad. Like, you should all be so proud. So
It's the best part of the hobby, right?
yeah,
People.
yeah. The best part of the hobby is the people, and getting to hang out with you guys and getting to hang out with everybody in chat has been fantastic. But thank you so much for getting it all organised and for coming up with this and keeping it going. And much like you, I cannot wait for season 2. Because it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Season 2. So my plan for season 2 is to start it in January, and to run it from January to December. Well, it's from January to January. So my idea is, and let me know, guys, if you like this in the chat, and you two, obviously, it'd be great to talk this out now, just over the next sort of 5-10 minutes, because we're coming up on 3 hours for this stream. But if we do basically just have a fixed date of submission to make it a little bit easier on everybody. So basically my idea is to launch it in January. So it gives people sort of 2 months or whatever to figure out what they want to do next. And then to basically just be like, right, so the deadline will be the last day of the month. And then the stream will happen on like the second or third week of the following month. So if I say January is when we kick off, it would be that the deadline for that, and I would explain this in the video, but the deadline for that would be the 28th of February. And then the first stream would be in March, and we would go like that. So it would run from January to January with the final stream landing in February, as it were. That's my plan. The other thing I want to do is I want to maybe kind of do like not Tale of Many Warhipsters Pro, but like do Tale of Many Warhipsters, like have kind of almost like, you know, like they do Tale of Four Warlords, where they'll go, we all start with a thing and then next month we paint a thing. So it'd be like, this month we start with a character, the next month we do a troop unit.
I mean, we could do that between us, and then we could ask if people in the community want to do that as well.
Yeah, something like that. And then I also want to have some prizes just for taking part.
Yeah,
people can
win.
Win.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Just, you know, basically, I think my plan is to potentially have a giveaway that goes along every month, and if you submit to it, you basically get entered, and then we announce the winner on the following stream.
Yeah, that's great.
Or even maybe it would be a case of we just enter everybody who enters everybody who submits. Basically, you get entered into a giveaway. If you win randomly, I will then buy your next unit for your next month's submission.
There we go. I like it.
Let's hope you get it on the monster or the.
This month we're painting a Titan.
Josh, like, oh shit!
Damn it!
Something like that.
Yeah, that sounds. Really
I've always
good.
wanted a Towner.
But let's why don't we let's chat it through, and then we'll put it together over the next I guess couple of months till we have the new thing started. We need a trailer though as well for like Tale of Many Warhipsters 2, and possibly a like, you know, this time it's paintier. Yeah, you know, like a more a good strapline.
Yeah, no, I agree. My plan as well is to put together a video in the coming weeks, which is just a highlight of reel of the last 12 months, and also with everybody's permission here. I'm sure I have your permission. I would like to share a bunch of the pictures from tonight on Instagram. And give you all a tag if you have an Instagram handle. If you don't have an Instagram handle, then fine. Yeah, as long as everybody's okay with me doing that, I would like to share it and just shout out some of the work on that platform as well. So if you missed something off,
I will allow it.
Mikey's Wargaming, you'll allow it, great. If Mikey's Wargaming, for example, if you send me your stuff, I will post it there on Instagram and just shout out that you were a part of this amazing project, and hopefully just spread the love a little further.
Yeah.
Awesome. Season 1, guys.
Hey.
For once,
we made it.
For once, there is no video that will appear over our faces telling you when the deadline for the next episode is. But next season will begin next year in 2023. It's 2022,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
It is 2022,
right.
Yes.
2023 for season 2, January to January. So make sure you're there. Do not be square, my fellow Warhipsters. I love you all. You guys are incredible. Thank you very much, Adam. Thank you very much, Rich, for doing this with me. Thank you
Pleasure.
very much, Mr. Boob, for being the
pleasure.
guest on one of the episodes. Next year, we should have some more guests because, as some of you may have noticed, we've gone 3 hours in this stream without my internet dropping out, which means things are finally looking up. So we should be able to support a number of different activities. But for now, I will see you all next time very, very, very soon for Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 2, and of course this week for some more painting videos and various other nonsense that I like to release on a weekly basis. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. See you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming!
Happy wargaming!
Happy wargaming!
Bye-bye!
Oh god.
Bye.